Hello, and welcome back to Kevin Outwit ME Plays Untitled Car Game. You want the real title, just read it. Yeah, so before we start, I'm going to recommend research paper. It's about, well, I guess why horror is an attractive genre, as well as some risks as to overindulging at the bottom of this. But it's primarily positive, about watching horror movies and playing games. Yeah, about how our brain likes to learn things, basically. I think they described the medium of horror in here as something effective technology. So, I don't know. It's an interesting thing you can look up on your own. I'm probably not going to talk about this paper because I haven't read all of it yet. But there's always going to be psych talk in these videos. So, not really, speaking of psych. I was trying to figure out a way to make it related. We saved here last time because we were going to look at the truck market. Or try to steal a truck and do some delivery. So a bigger truck. Overall theme for today is car shopping. And we can go one of two directions. They're their own unique challenges. Column A is... Ooh, I made it on the roof for a second. Column A is about getting a big, slow diesel truck. See if I can actually get bored with driving slowly. So that'll be more delivery focused. I forgot to put on my frame rate stuff. Yeah, that's column A. Column B is, can we find a car that I like aesthetically, drive-wise, and don't... Damn it, I gotta walk all the way back over there. And I don't feel the need to, like, ruin it with a crazy build. Just something I enjoy. Very, very simple. And I think the way we're going to pick a challenge is just seeing what comes to us first. Open-minded. I got distracted with that psych paper and forgot about the psych stuff I actually want to talk about. Well. That's alright. I spent my allocated psych time today just staring at pictures of myself, trying to figure out my physiognomy. I can't even say the damn word. Figuring out what the shape of my face says about my personality. Trying to figure, I'm like between two types, and I mean that honestly might be the answer. I'm just between two types. Not that there's one of them that's clearly correct. I'm just noticing they remodeled the headlights in the 1996 model year for this truck. Which do you prefer? I'm about the new style. But that looks more repairable and happier. That's like a perfect A-B comparison of aesthetics right there. There's just one... Well, there's not just one change. But you can focus on just one change. That one has a lot more horsepower than that one. Alright, are there any trucks here we care about? I think we should look at this MD here. There's a lot we could do with that. I'm curious if this Autobella can be spec'd to an automatic. That would be more my style. I have no idea what the horsepower is. They decided not to reveal it. If we did get this sleeper one, we'd have to be careful with our trailer choice. Oh, you got another one of those now, huh? I'm seeing because the fifth wheel really close to that cab. I mean, I guess we could do some test drives and figure out if an automatic diesel is even what I'm remotely interested in. And the truck we were going to look at has poofed. Oh, man. That sucks. There's not a single automatic here now, is there? Nope. What? We'll test drive the dump truck and try not to dump it somewhere. Yeah, there wasn't anything worth stealing here, but I never really figured out the mechanic of what let me was steal trucks on the other map. That's not a happy noise, is it? Huh. I'm not sure that same trick will work on this map, and I'm not sure I know what the trick is to begin with, so that hurts repeatability. Is this some type of modern art? You're... See. I think we just got issues with mods loading in like usual. There's more mods in the game today. A lot more mods. More mods than you know what to do with. More mods than I know what to do with. How many gears you got? 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. But wait, there's more. That's just the splitter. So there's technically 10 gears. Also, I don't know what this button does. But we shouldn't be touching that. This thing moved when we hit that. Did you see that? What? I'm not sure you can actually use the dump trucks for hauling anything in the career mode. You can spawn rocks in free roam, but I don't think it tracks to anything in here. Maybe RLS has added some in, but probably not. So, I mean, the whole psych thing I was trying to do with the diesel trucks and all that. Anyway, I can't tell where the front of this thing is getting frustrated with what's the term? Kind of the discontinuity. And would you not go into my lane when I'm trying to turn over here? Thanks. Discontinuity with having to shift constantly. Because I have a temporal problem. And what that basically means is like my moment-to-moment perception of time. I don't really have like a flow. I just have like pulses of consciousness. Frequent enough that I can drive in Beam at slower speeds. If you get me in a sports car, you see it. If you see me cornering and braking and all that, like, it's hard to explain other than saying I work like digitally instead of analog, you know? Like, I've described it before where it's like I'll just be like, there's a stop sign coming up. Do I need to brake? No. 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 Yes. Instead of, oh, there's a stop sign coming up. Let's slowly start pushing down the brake and so we can slow down by the time we get there. It's an odd way of processing reality. I'm sure it relates to my brain injury to some degree, but you always gotta try to interact with assumptions like that and see where you can improve things. So, Even the custom one's a manual. We should still look at it, though. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really want to get a truck that we got to attach trailers to, because if I wanted to do that, I'd just play American Truck Sim. And as the days go by, I'm getting closer to re-downloading that. So, might end up as content on the channel sooner rather than later. At least as far as you know, because these videos are recorded a couple of months in advance at this point. I mean, it's soon for me if we're comparing to the time I'm playing this one, but I don't know. I haven't made any decisions about anything. Even if I had, I changed decisions pretty quick, so. Just because I made a decision doesn't mean I'll keep the decision. Yeah, this thing a bit speedy. Alright, well, the graphs over there say that it's not. This thing a bit red and sporty looking. I mean, it does feel fast for some reason. Not fast, just responsive. A lot of trucks getting stuck on this load. Hey, how come everyone else driving big trucks today? Is this going to be the episode of non-stop trucks? Valve train damaged. No, don't tell me the truck just randomly got damaged on the last second. I don't even know what I did wrong. Don't you be charging me for that. Let's get away from it and check. And I lost a little bit of money, but that might have just been the return. This is bang unit unknown type or no type specified. That's all the walking. Yeah, just paid for quick traveling. A lot of things seem to be broken today. That's not any fun. Yeah, we walked away from the sale and everything. So let's see if we can steal the truck. Nah. It's locked down. I guess the red line was lower. Because look at that graph. It goes into, like, the hell is negative horsepower, negative torque? That's dumb. Are we keeping the van or are we trading in the van? That's the other question. I don't really care either way, to be honest. I don't feel like it's served its purpose. I feel like we've decided that it doesn't serve a purpose. Hey, there's a list of dealerships in here. I mean, I was just going to go to the auction. We'll probably still do that because that's interesting and fun. But, I mean, we should also browse around. There's not just the one truck dealership, don't you know? There's a service dealership. And then this loan to own. Where is that? The movie studio. That's a very odd place for there to be a dealership, but it's near the service dealership, so why not? Maybe there's even some delivery work we could do here. That truck is annoyingly in the way. A lot of ways to buy vehicles in RLS. Oh yeah, the face reading thing that I was going on about earlier. That's what I was actually going to talk to you about psych. I'd forgotten the part that's not so obscenely niche that I wasn't gonna bother. It doesn't pay crap. Whatever. We'll just pick up some packages. Yeah, the police. I turned the police on today. They turn themselves on a lot of times anyway, but just so you're aware what's on the road. Don't do anything I would. Well, don't do anything I would do. You can't do things I would or wouldn't do, actually. Good luck. Everything and anything is a bad idea. Let's see if we can get some more packages going over to Repair Row over there. Yeah, we'll swing back to the psych when I care more about it. Not motivated to talk about it this second. Don't know why. Breakables. Yeah, I think I'm just interested enough in the game. I think that's the why. So, I mean, we will eventually be headed to the suburbs. So we'll just throw them in the truck for now, right? Just throw them in the truck. What do you mean can't modify cargo vehicles? Come on, man. Nothing moving in the menu. That store of innovation crate pays well, but that's because they're huge. Let's see, where is the liquor store? That's somewhere I want to drive to. Yeah, that's not very far. Oh, that's timed though. Nah, we're not doing any time stuff right now. We're being big and slow. Some stuff going there. Oh, we got the truck pretty well full. That's. I mean, none of these jobs are paying anything, but I guess we'll consider it a success. I think they just didn't update the pricing on the other map just yet. I think that's what happened. Look, we got the van full. The suspension's not even sagging. It's almost as if this is the kind of work that a truck like this is supposed to be used for. And that well, this vehicle might, dimension-wise, be somewhat large. It's not actually a large cargo vehicle. I'm done looking for jobs over here. Really, even the forklifts on the road today, we're all about the heavy industry. Is it a sign that that's the way we should focus? Nah, I don't give a shit about signs. When have I ever followed a sign? I do what I want to do. Not looking for outside justification. At least I shouldn't be. Things go wrong when I get overly focused on permission and whatever. Guidance. I don't think I ever get focused on looking for guidance anywhere else, honestly. But permission, yeah. I'm a little too differential when I'm at the hospitals. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I need to start more aggressive. You know, I give just like immediate trust to doctors, and usually give them a week before I'm like, shit, this hospital isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Who did a crime? Who was it? Not me. This truck's trying to blow up their engine, though. They're just sitting there revving it. If you're not going to creep up to the light, someone's got to do it. If enough of the traffic's broken down, I am going to reload. Except So I should have gone into the dealership. That truck was helpfully trying to tell me that it wasn't time to proceed yet. Alright, the parking is where we're going to be making our money today, so we're going to not do that. These shops are picky as hell. See what I mean? $15 for the items, $63 for the parking. I honestly don't know if these little delivery jobs will even pay for the insurance and gas prices, so gotta be careful about that. You know how we are with this series, never breaking even. I'm sure we didn't damage the bumper. Just gave it a little bump. Man, if I'd recorded earlier, you would have already gotten all that psych talk, but it had time to diffuse. That sucks. You got any good packages? You don't got no package for me. You like a female or something, you know? Like, I'm getting more risky with my jokes lately. I have no idea what that would say psychologically. Probably just more comfortable recording or something basic. There you go. You got some stuff for the dealership. One of the psych things I was going to loop back to, I'm glad I remembered it because it's pretty simple idea. Yeah, the whole fixation I was having many episodes ago on uncertain language. I think that's the same. Well, I need to be more precise with what I'm saying. I think the concept behind why it bothers me to just like flavor language with uncertainty just out of habit is the same reason I don't like swearing just like as a habit. And it's not some like moral thing or anything like that. It's just that if people are used to hearing that from you, when you're actually uncertain about something or actually like pissed off enough to swear, like everyone's just used to hearing it. Like it doesn't stand out anymore. It's like you're closing the door on like part of your language. Why am I playing in third person so much today? Yeah, you're closing the door on a lot of your ability to communicate just by saturating certain things. It's like if I swear, I want someone to like look like, oh, something's happening. Kevin, don't swear. Like, and I want the uncertainty to be the same. Like, cause especially with all the various concepts and things that I work with, a lot of it ends up sounding like advice. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I want to be able to be clear about if I'm actually giving advice on a topic versus just, hey, this is cool. Here, listen to this perspective or listen to what I'm learning about, you know? I want to be able to be precise about my level of understanding a topic. Like, that would be an opportunity to swear right there. Got that exploding turtle forklift going on. Sucks to be you. I know sucks isn't a swear, but we're feeling mild today. Feeling boring. Yeah, this seems to be the episode of everyone but me breaking down. Maybe I should join the party. I mean, I could buy something that's already broken. What do you sell? Custom American cars. First car available, Volkswagen Bug. Second car available, some French thing. Scroll down a bit, you get a Japanese Kai truck. Kai truck? Key truck? Whatever the fuck truck. Oh. Yeah, there goes the family-friendly vibe. Oh, well. You kids hearing worse at kindergarten these days. There are actually some American cars here. I know, you can't even look at them when we're on the job anyway. In Windows Shop. I think we will be reloading the game because it's pretty dumb. Even the ones that don't start broken find their way there eventually. I'm not running a red light, it's yellow. Just like me. That psych paper on horror films and stuff is gonna just like rationalize, hey, I should play horror games on the channel. And then you get to see how easily I get scared. Oh. No. Gotta be paying more attention. You get jump scared by someone braking at an intersection. That's what I mean about not having like a time coherency. Like, I should be like, there's a car in front of me that goes at variable speeds. But my brain's just like, how close are we to object at this exact moment? Just like repeatedly asking that. It's not in the flow. I don't know if that's a way my brain's found to like lower the cognitive demand of being awake, because I mean that's how it works in electronics, like with speaker amplifiers. Like the new tech is all about pulses of power, because it's a lot more energy efficient than just continuous power. So my brain might be doing something along the same ways to like protect itself. I got a condition where I'm not getting proper blood flow through the brain, so the whole metabolism of cognition is just, what's the way to say it? I'm like starved for metabolism. That's probably the way to say it. Oxygen in, oxygen out, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. That's probably why it seems like I'm on laughing gas half the time, too. I'm poisoned by my brain's own metabolic byproducts. Laughing gas or giggle bass? I don't even know. Should we make an AI song about the giggle bass? That sounds fun. It could be like that Kevin from SpongeBob. Great. Would you please deliver the cargo? This isn't where it goes, is it? Cargo. I want to make the AI song, but I want to keep talking too. Such is the challenge of life. This is the dealership we wanted to look at after we delivered. So see, I mean, that's like the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Like, I don't have like understanding of time or something. Like, it's like, because I know I wanted to go there. That was still in the back of my mind somewhere, and I know I need to do this delivery thing, but my brain can't order the tasks. I got a lot of problems with like perceiving the amount of time between things and that kind of stuff too. So just brain damage things. And I'm not talking about like you lose time when you're having fun. Like much more niche problems. So close to my house, and we don't even have like an upgrade or something we want to do with the van. Like, what a shame. Does that mean we're happy with it? Oh no. Happiness is boring. I kid. Let's go back and look at that dealership. We haven't forgotten about it. I wonder if my speech goes the same way. Like, I go on these tangents, and then I loop back constantly. Then I go on another tangent. It's like, I don't have the coherence to finish the thought before I go to another topic, so I just end up having to come back. That's just overthinking. I was talking the other day about how that's a good thing to do in speech. Keeps people interested if the original topic isn't really their thing, you know? You get them listening again when they realize you switch topics, and then you go back on teaching them the thing that was boring them. That's how I get you. I'm like, psych. Sudden car knowledge. Psych. Repo ready. Get psyched out over there. How come this one is like willing to tell me all the specs about the car, and then this one's not? Old Gavril, new Gavril. What? Some of these are what we're looking for. I think the only difference between these is the company name that's on it. This one got that off-road lift package. Let's spawn in the one that has a more interesting color scheme and take a look at it. You know, I really have such a strong aversion to blue, but I'm alright with it when it's with white. Are those cloth seats? No, I don't think they are. I think that's a good old leather. Good for every weather, leather. Except the heat when it gets sticky. Except the cold where it gets extra cold. But good for getting wet and drying off, I guess. Can I steal this? I'd really appreciate if you just let me steal your truck. Don't. I'm like reverse psychologizing myself. It's like I've started with the car and game conversation, and then the tangents are psych, and then I lose sight of the tangent and get back on them. No. This truck's a little too perfect for what I'm looking for. Alright, where does this thing upshift? That's what I'm curious about. 2.5k. Oh, that's about the red line. Yeah, this thing a low revving truck. It's got so much more torque than that van, it's ridiculous. But it doesn't accelerate any faster. I wonder why. It doesn't just simply weigh that much more, does it? Huh. I would like to know. I don't remember what we decided the van weighed. Maybe it just does weigh that much more. We decided the van was probably, what, 7 to 8,000 with this stupid armored body we got on it. So yeah, double the weight, double the engine. Sluggish automatic, perhaps. Like, alright, this one's a lot less powerful, but it's a manual. Let's see if that feels faster. It's heavier. So by all accounts, this truck should be slower, but we don't know the differential tuning or any of that stuff either, so. I don't know. It's less torquey. I'm going to end up hitting that car with one of these test drives. That's my prediction for you. We were thinking about getting a rock crawler at some point. Oh yeah, it's a manual. I need to remember that. It's not going to be faster if I forget. No brake truck. Fifth wheel slider locked. Why? Oh, this thing's got such a low red line. Like, this is frustrating, but I'm not sure I'm getting frustrated in the right way. What am I even trying to do anymore? I don't even know. I don't want to give the whole breakdown of my psych. I was just going to do a couple interesting little data points today. Not the whole speech. But I got to kind of like bring it into my mind in order to remember what the hell I'm even doing. Why did I want something that was low revving and needed shifting a lot? That's the question. I know I wanted to get frustrated. But with what? Was it just that, like, jerkiness? Fifth wheel unlocked. Jerks are pretty frustrating. You got any new trucks in the time I was test driving? You got a dump truck. Yeah, we still got the stick drift. The new controller's on the way. Oh, yeah, that was something I was going to do this episode. I was going to show off what controller I bought. I said in the Roadcraft episode I'd do it in the next Beam episode. Let's spawn in the dump truck. And then we'll take a pause for a sec and go look at controllers. This might be something interesting to buy. I gotta remember why I was all fixated on the manual, because part of my psych work the past week, I decided that, well, actually the automatic transmission is more in line with whatever the hell I was investigating, but now I don't remember what it was, and it's like... It's kind of coming to mind, just not in a way that can be translated to language. So let's just work on the controller for the moment. Yeah, keeping me well distracted from making AI music. So, I mean, you really got to pick your poison between the psych and the AI, I suppose. So, yeah, I got the Gulikit TT Max. I was going to get the Pro one because I don't need any of the extra features, but, I found a deal and got the Max cheaper than I could have got a Pro. So I was back and forth on the color schemes. I really wanted an obnoxiously colored controller, but I got one over by features and price. So this is the one I ended up getting. It's black with, like, I don't know what you'd call it. I call it like nighttime blue. Like, it makes me think of sleep and dreams and lullabies. I like that blue. It's cool. I just never have gotten anything in that color before or thought about it. I changed the RGB on my mouse to that color to get a feel for it. It's like, that's all right. It's cool. The controller was definitely going to clash with my red and green Christmas mouse. So, fortunately, the red and green was just the colors. The mouse is black. So now it'll match perfectly. But yeah, this was the one I was really, well, not really. Like, I was going to get the Pro, and this color is only available with the Pro. Like, these are the two colors of the Pro, the black and green and the aged beige and pink. I knew I didn't want black and green. I don't like that color scheme. And so I was just going to get this one. So I'm like, all right, I can work with beige and just a bright color. Like, it's cool. I got pink things. I'm not avoiding pink. I hate the blue. I tell you, I hate this blue so much. That's probably worth a psychological analysis at some point. I liked this color. It's got the same, not that one. Come on, this one. It's got that same like lullaby dream relaxing theme. You know, those pastel blues and purples. It's like, I don't know. I've never paid much attention to those colors. So now I want to like play like a decorating game and like decorate a room with like that color palette and see how it makes me feel. That's the kind of vibe I've been on lately. Like, let's see what we can provoke in ourselves. And for something like this, you know, like that should be something pleasant. This one, I mean, I think what they're going for is nostalgia, but I wasn't really in the era where controllers still had the bright red buttons on them, so the beige is the only thing that would be nostalgic for me. The old computer towers, and I don't really get nostalgic, so the only thing I was really paying attention to with this was just the bright color. So it's probably for the best I didn't get this one. I'd probably regret it, like a lot of things when I try to be aesthetic. You can see why I'm so non-committal with aesthetics too. I end up just making a Frankenstein mess that clashes with anything I get. But we're not here just to talk about the aesthetics of the controller. We're here to talk about how it has fancy joysticks that won't develop stick drift. And adjustable tension, so I can potentially make it less fatigue on the hands. Maybe my hand won't go to sleep like it loves to do. Speaking of which, I just realized that my hands are less likely to go to sleep while playing Beam.NG when I take breaks to do content like this or make AI, because I get my hand off the controller for a little bit. Alright, sorry. The real selling point here for me is this Gen 2 super haptic vibration. I was thinking what I wanted was something like the Xbox controller, where it's got 2 motors in the grips and 2 motors in the triggers, right? Yeah, they call it impulse triggers. As I did a run through all the games I play, I realized none of them use the impulse triggers. So that was pointless. And then I downloaded my old copy of Forza Horizon back from when I cared about that game. A couple generations old version to test out the impulse triggers, because of course Microsoft puts it in their own games. And it was just distracting and annoying. It's like, you know, they sell it like that you're feeling like pedal resistance as you're pushing on the triggers, but it's really obvious that the haptics is just like a ball spinning on a motor. Like that's not resistance. That's kind of just noisy sensation, if that makes sense. The point is that he couldn't really convince me that it had anything to do with resistance or pushing on pedals, and just, you know, like the sensation just, I don't know, didn't create any type of relevant illusion. So I was like, whatever, I don't need that. We'll just get something that has the basic rumble motors, but like upgraded high quality rumble motors. Like, let's see what's here. You can also use the tension to be more precise and aim better, but I wasn't getting this controller for shooter games, so. And most of the aftermarket controller market is focused on better competitive play, so it's like the vast majority of features that people care about and pay money for, I really didn't care. Which is why I got a Gula kit, which is not one of the trendy brands right now. So here we go. Here's what we're here for. The patented magnetic levitation vibration motor. We will not be looking up the best vibrating motors on the market. Thank you for the recommendation. Yeah, I mean, even this goes on about competitive advantages, but that's not why I'm here. So the vast majority of controllers, I mean, the competitive ones, a lot of them just delete the the vibe. You call it rumble. That's the term in the hobby for it. Then they just delete it to get the weight down. Controller weight reduction to better play racing and shooting games. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, most of them they figure the people buying the controller really don't care about the rumble. You know, it's there or it's not. So that they use standard motors. I guess they have a single frequency, slow to respond, whatever. Like, then there's this HD linear, which is the thing the Nintendo Switch controllers have. It's a patented Nintendo thing. So people say it's weak, but it's a lot more immersive. Sony and the Steam controller apparently have some unique haptics motor, but that's separate from the rumble, so the game has to actually support that. So I mean, it would have all the good traits here, but it's unique. If the game's not coded to use it, it's not working. So what's special about the Gula kit is that they just replaced the basic motor with the fancy special one. So any game that has any rumble support will use this. Like it's not going to be as precise as something that's specifically coded, but the hardware is, even if the software isn't. So we're going to see how I feel about that. The reviews online say that it's 90% of the way to a PlayStation controller. Never used one of those, so that doesn't mean much. It just means it's 90% of the way to what people generally consider the best solution on the market for rumble and haptics. So, and yeah, the buttons are all just rubber dome membrane, like standard Xbox controller and whatever. I didn't care about getting mechanical switches on my controller. You will notice the A and the B button are reversed because this is first of all sold as a Nintendo Switch controller, but it actually comes with another set and lets you swap it out, so that's fixable. There's gyroscope functions, which I probably won't use. Basically, you can aim just moving the controller around. That might be interesting if I ever get into emulating like Wii games or something, though. You actually get some real capacity to do that. And that's a very unlikely scenario to happen, but you never know. And is there anything else here that I care about? The Pro controller, not the Pro, the Max has a very odd feature. You can set a macro that's 10 minutes long. If you don't know what a macro is, it's like a collection of button presses. Like, say you held down the A button and pushed forward on the stick, and then you release that and hit RB. You could set that all as a macro. This controller allows for 10 minutes worth of commands of button presses. That's insane, right? The Pro only gives you 10 seconds, which I was like, I'm not even going to use that feature at all, so who cares? But now I have that. It's like, the only thing I can figure that's for is like automating grinding in MMOs. Like, you could literally program that you walk back and forth between places, pick up object, walk back and forth, pick up object. Would not work for something like Beam.NG where the traffic on the road is variable. Yeah. Interesting to think about, I guess, but that's literally like for gamers who are trying to engineer out playing the game. It's like, if I ever get to that point, then I just switch games. uh, Once you automating the gaming so you can focus on work or watching shows, then why you gaming at all? Yeah, and this has a good polling rate. It's like You know, sometimes I think that I can feel the polling rate on my Xbox controller. It's 125. My screen's got a 120 refresh rate. Like, maybe. I don't think it limits my experience or anything, but I might feel it. The latency on the joysticks goes up to 30 ms, which at that point you're down around 40 hertz. So, you know, it's not impossible. I'm probably never going to crank this up to 1,000. I'll just run it at like 500 or something. Like, you know, once you're twice your frame rate, not sure there's really any point to going higher than that. I mean, matching the frame rate is already fine in most scenarios. I don't play anything competitive, like, whatever. This is all just more of that. Like, I mean, they even say here, is higher polling rate better? Nah. Say 240 hertz or lower, 300, fine. And I'm at 120, so. And I don't even play most of the games at 120. I'm using frame gen to get them up there, but they're really playing at like 60 FPS. How long have we been distracted looking at the controller? Special vibration motors. Here we go. I lost track of what I was doing, and I completely forgot that I was playing a game. I thought I was just giving a sales pitch on a controller. It's like, oh, I haven't even gotten it yet. I might hate it. You never know. Like, see, that's what I mean. Like, I'm here. It looks like I'm giving advice, like purchasing advice, but I'm just talking about how cool the thing is that I want to try. It's like, so, yeah, keep that in mind. I'm like that with a lot of things. Yeah, we got buttons on the back. I like the shape of these two because I'm like, hey, that kind of looks like a paddle shifter. I'll probably just rebind my shifting onto there. However, I'm thinking instead of left, right, maybe up, down. And then I'll put like the blinkers on the other side. It's like there's the intuitiveness about using a controller where it's like you should do left, right for commands. And then there's the looking at how a real car is actually arranged. And like an actual manual shifter is always on the same side. Like, you know, pretty basic thing to say. And the blinker stock is always on the same side. So it's like, am I trying to imitate paddle shifters? Or am I trying to imitate a manual transmission? Like, which is, it's an absurd concept anyway, because you're not even moving your hand to use it. But the thing is, if I want to do shifting and blinkers, there's only one correct answer for blinkers. Everything's a strategy game. uh, I'm going to start with organizing things vertically. The left right blinker and the whatever shifting. Down might make more sense as the up. Whatever. Don't try to focus on the language. It'll be trial and error to figure out what I like. See, here's the weird macro thing. Not worried about that. I already talked about it. This thing just goes on and on and on. Yeah, so you can turn off the RGB on the joysticks or set it to change color. No idea what I'll do. Not worried about it. Big old battery. Ugly blue controller. Sorry, they don't even sell the blue in America, so. Oh. See, I dislike the blue enough that the fact that it's hard to get does not increase the desirability one bit for me. Oh yeah, the Max version comes with these alternative joysticks that are just different heights. I have no idea why. Like, I don't know what you do with that. surprise psych paper. It's the same one as before. Don't worry about it. What were we actually doing? Were we going to test drive something? I think so. I like how I start the engine and put it in drive before I start the test drive, just because they're so stingy on how long you get to drive it. So you're going to maximize those seconds, you know what I'm saying? Everything's a strategy game. You know what sucks too? Like, my whole psych work with the Myers-Briggs, literally calling out, like, hey, when you're not feeling like working on yourself, you're going to distract yourself with strategizing. Like, damn it. I'm getting called out over here when I'm just playing strategy and driving games on my channel. It's like... I like this truck, but I want to go waste time at the truck auction. It's like, dough. How can those things both happen? Trading in the van is the answer. That's what. A van that's not really wanting to pay me so well anymore. Hey, why is this truck crept forward? Is it stealable? Thing is, if I steal it, I can't buy it. Nah, it's not stealable right now. I mean, at least this thing actually fits in the driveway at the house, too, so I don't have to think about redoing the garage. How much was this? Oh, that's not bad. And the van's currently worth quite a bit. Alright. I mean, you're not giving full market value for it, but I'm not going to give you full market value for your overpriced truck either. Let's try to get him like 16%. Let's get 15% under market value. This guy not very patient, but he did move a lot, so let's not give him too much crap, you know. Do you like this number? It's aesthetically pleasing. Sorry. We'll agree to that. Negotiation. 4K. That's a good trade. Enjoy the van. I certainly did. Why is it starting to roll? No. Don't total the truck before I even get in it. No. Don't hit that car either. Though that'd be kind of fun to hit that. I mean, you think the tires would go up and over it? Oh, no, I do want to hit the car. But this guy was such a nice salesman. He didn't do me wrong or anything. And maybe I don't want to destroy the mud flaps. The mud flaps are pretty nice. Oh. Well, I mean, we've already hit it now. Alright, fine. Oh, we broke our tail light. Oh, we didn't even damage his car. Well, now it's damaged. We broke our tail light. Let's figure out if I can even, like, put materials in the back of this thing, or if that's just not a career thing. I might have to change the bed of the truck, is what I'm saying. Hey, maybe we can get down to that sewer and do the sketchy job in this thing. It's not as lifted a truck. Hello, Mr. Peach Cobbler. Your windshield doesn't seem to have loaded correctly. Stupid mod. Everything's always got to be some degree of broken. I can't believe we didn't spend very much money on this truck. Yeah, speaking of which. Alright. The automatic diesel trucks here don't have a park gear. Very weird like that. We're reloading. Man, what was the last psych topic I was talking about? Oh no, we gotta swing back to... Yeah, we didn't actually figure that out before I purchased a truck. The whole... Why automatic, why manual? Let's figure out what this button does when we're not in career mode. It's like it unhooks the back. So the thing about the manual transmission was just the same thing I was talking about earlier about me not having like time coherence. It's like, you know, that's the disruption. Moment to moment is shifting. So I was trying to explore that idea in an external way. Yeah, figure out a different way to feel how I'm perceiving time. Let's take a look under the hood there. And somewhere in the last week, I was like, nah, that's not really a helpful thing to do. And that's most likely just my brain protecting itself, reducing cognitive load. So it's like, there's no psych work to do on that. The automatic was about being slow to slow to shift up, very, very precisely. Staying in a current state longer than it's necessary. Which, I mean, maybe that's self-explanatory where that comes in psychologically. I mean, if I really wanted to mimic my psych, I'd get a truck that only has a neutral gear. And I'm sure that would be fun to play and watch a series of. Nah, my whole thing is like, you know, with my brain injury, I have events where my brain like stops working. I can't formulate thoughts. My head gets really like heavy and hot, and I just, you know, I end up going into like a coma. It has been documented as such by doctors. It's not self-diagnostic. The problem in what I'm working on isn't going into the episodes. It's how I know when it's safe to resume activity, which is somewhere between the point of first resuming consciousness and infinity, basically. I think I spend too long in the recovery stage, and I'm trying to figure that out. Be more open to testing my capabilities sooner. There's a lot involved with it. I'm still working through it, but I clearly dissociate somewhere in the state. So it's like coming out of the dissociation and not confusing dissociation for just being unable to think and comprehend. Like, those are two very separate things. You know, one is psych, one is medical. It's like, gotta figure out where that line is. So this truck has a 6.4 liter. Does CUI nicely translate over to liters? I think so. Put a bunch of different engines in here. What's this engine adapter? Let's look at what our options are when we're in this garage. Maybe we'll have some idea if we want to do some upgrades. I believe this race tab thing is part of the RLS mod pack that I installed. Alright, there's the RLS mod, which is like the career overhaul. And then there's some RLS mod packs, which are packs. They're collections of mods that are recommended to be installed to enhance the RLS career. And I actually wasn't using any of those previously. I have them in here now. I don't know what the hell's going on with these tires, why they've suddenly gone flat. Just from this engine adapter. Does this truck do something weird where the tires, like, self-inflate? So the fact that it doesn't have an engine in it means that the tires can't inflate? That is such a weird concept. And it sounds like bullshit. I don't think that's it. I think something's just bugged in a weird, janky way. And it's nothing to do with real-life trucks. That's my theory. We may or may not put this diesel engine in. I don't know. I wish I had something on the screen here in the garage. It would tell me the power of the truck. Is this something I can get? Because, I mean, this would be a great way to plan out upgrades for career mode. Yeah. Here we go. It should be easy enough. Give me that. Put it right in the middle of the screen. Maybe make it a bit bigger. Yeah, cool. So this engine good for 400 torque, just under. Really? Doesn't feel correct for an engine of that size. If I change it, is that graph going to change? Yes. All right. So there goes my theory that it was wrong. What's this random race tab engine? I would assume that is some obscenely high horsepower something. No, it's not. I like how the engine just falls right out of the truck, though. That's niche. Your engine adapter is no good. Really, though? 5.5 liter V8 is only like 200 horsepower. It's like, what vintage is this engine? It's nothing modern. That is just hilarious that it even though the mod like enables it, it's got no way to like hook into the hardware of the truck. Like, what if I put exhaust stacks? Oh. Yeah, it's hardly a exhaust system. Yeah, so that doesn't really work now, does it? Anyway, let's see what the other stock engines do. I guess these are era appropriate engines for the truck. Huh? They're not that beefy. Yeah, the stock engine is torquier than that V8. It's just a full-on commercial diesel. And that one's... Is it literally just double of the diesel? I believe it is. I mean, the torque go up. The horsepower didn't go up as much. It's got carburetors on it. V12 carbureted engine. That's pretty niche. Oh, yeah, there's different automatic transmissions, too. I don't know what a single shift is. The 10 speeds are definitely manuals, which it makes sense in a commercial vehicle when you realize that they have the splitter. I mean, I know for your typical car, you'd see 10 speed and assume that it's not a manual. But things are all kind of different, you know what I'm saying? Should we get back into the game? We're doing a lot of strategic talk today. I don't even know what you call it. I told you why the automatic is better for just the background psych stuff I'm doing. If it's a slow automatic, Not like one of them modern sports cars automatics. That's not what we're looking for. We need what they call in the industry a slush box. Yeah, I'm being all cringe about it because I don't want you like being like, oh, Kevin sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Nah, I'm being clear. I know. I just catch some words here and there. I don't know. It's also funny to say it that way. Would you believe I haven't forgotten what we were doing in the career with that detour? How far are we in the episode? It feels like we're already over an hour. We're already over an hour. Cool. Unproductive episode. I love those. Well, that's loading. Is there anything more I can say about? Well, I mean, there's always more I can say, but is there anything I feel like saying? I mean, some of my cheerfulness, ironically, might be from, I guess, what we'd call the overprotective rest state, the taking too long to recover state. There's lots of errors here, state. I figured this game wasn't loading right. It was giving that vibe. I need to explain what I just said, though. So just saying, I gotta reboot the game too. Basically, it's imposing a quasi meditation state, a specific type of meditation is called jhana, which meditation is like an opt-in experience. Like people deliberately do that. The jhana is one where you're more fixing your attention on positive emotion as opposed to something like your breath that's more tangible. They call it like the opposite of an anxiety loop. You're focusing on something good, and because you're focusing on something good, your body's feeling more good, which further reinforces the good feeling. Like, that's basically what it is. Now, I don't get that. Like, I go into like a sensory deprivation dissociation state, but what I do end up focused on, the first thing that always pops back into my mind after my brain's rebooted, is motivation. Ideas of what I want to do once I'm awake. And that's what plays over and over, if anything. Like, I said, snapping out of that so I can be awake and start playing with ideas. That's the challenge. But I get stuck in like a motivational loop. Like, I don't even know what the hell you would call that. It doesn't sound like a bad thing the way I say it. But when you got more motivation and interests than you have time awake to like work on them, that's a bad thing. And more ideas than I have even capacity. Like even if I could be awake, like it's not normal for someone to be able to just play like 3 hours of video games in a day and then they're beyond exhausted on all counts. Like, I mean, like when I was growing up, like video games are the thing you did when you didn't want to burn any like cognitive energy. You tired from school and you just like, all right, I gotta coast to bedtime. Let's do something fun. Like, I'm all kind of screwed up over here. Like this psych stuff, like I can focus on it maybe like an hour or two at a time. It's obscenely exhausting, and I feel like it would be for most people a task that's equivalent to or just above like that coasting level. It depends how much you're having to learn and theorize, but most of the psych work, like the work itself, is pretty simple. Have we somehow completely busted this game? I didn't do anything. I don't know why it looks like it's trying to load Liberty City. That doesn't make any sense to me right now. The game has crashed. Oh, wait, no. It said not responding, and then it came back. I'm actually getting to the point where something says it's not responding, and I'm like, good, it's making progress. And you see, it worked, so. Yeah. Actually, one of the other psych topics I wanted to talk about, I missed the segue earlier when I was talking about the swearing and the uncertainty, but it's the same thing internally. Optimism and pessimism. I feel like being like vocally pessimistic and complaining gets you, like, you burn it out of your system and then you're just left with internal optimism. Or vice versa, if you're always trying to be positive and smiles and whatever for everyone else in the world, your external persona is, happy. I feel like you burn that out of your system and you only got room internally for the misery, the depression type stuff, pessimism. I mean, I'm sure if someone was living their best life, maybe you got enough optimism, you could have it both ways, but when you struggle, and I feel like it's in your best interests to get the complaining and the pessimism out into the world, so your internal world can be positively oriented. I mean, it's a simplification. Like, in order to be a complete person and whatever, like, you need to feel and process the negative at times. I'm talking about like your default state here. Cool, I can actually use this. Let's fill it full of ash. I bet this truck is great and it can just be maxed right out. So that's 4,800 liters. That's actually, is that significantly less space than the cargo van allowed? How strange. But yeah, like what I'm saying, I mean, I don't know if it functionally would work the same way, but it's like if you're swearing all the time, your brain just becomes immune to it. It's like, I feel like I complain all the time, and then my brain kind of becomes immune to it. Problem is, probably everyone listening becomes immune to it too, but 9,500 pounds in the truck. But yeah, it's like I don't, like, I can intellectually be like, yeah, I'm pretty miserable, but like emotionally, I'm like, I'm pretty motivated. Like, and I'm optimistic. I give people the benefit of the doubt well more than is reasonable. I know it, but it doesn't stop me from doing it. So maybe the moral of the story is don't just be one-sided externally. Leaving internal space for a bit of everything. Figure out your own ratios. But yeah, me being negative does not create internal negativity. That's the point. I can tell you my personal experience. And trying to be positive for people pisses me off. Like, if it's fake, I don't know if that's even the same concept, or that's just that I don't like being fake. Yeah, how's the suspension looking? It hasn't even noticed. See, this is a proper heavy-duty truck. Just throw 10,000 pounds of ash in here. That's a lot of burnt-up corpses. Maybe I should have checked what kind of facility this is before I picked up all that ash. Oh, well. I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't even get much complaining out in these videos, by the way. Like, I do a lot more in my like personal life. I mean, these videos aren't what necessarily call them public. I know I have a small audience. But I do hold back on the negative. Not completely. You're aware of that. But that's why it was real interesting when I played the Invincible. That that game like it doesn't have moral choices per se, but there was just optimism and pessimism choices everywhere, and it's like I feel like I would simultaneously be talking optimistically and picking the pessimistic options. And a lot of what I did in that series was it was literally just me trying to externalize my internal world versus interacting the way I would do externally by default. How do I say that and make it make sense? I was trying to do it like stream of consciousness style as opposed to how I usually interact and talk. Trying to just, if I thought it, I said it. Like, because I do think there very much is a yin yang with the internal and external. That's going to piss a lot of people off, but what you put out there externally is the opposite of what's going on in your internal world. Or maybe I just have a weird disconnect between those two. Who knows? Well, this is the red light. Alright, the brakes feel the extra weight. But yeah, before I miss the opportunity, the psych talk, not really a talk, just realization I made today. It's relevant. I can't not say it now. It's embarrassing's not the word. It's weird, like awkward. Is it when I was looking at my face? Part of the whole physiognomy face reading thing is that the left side of your face, meaning your left. So yeah, you figure that out. I'm not gonna make it more confusing. Your left shows your like internal state, right? And the right shows some mixture of your like professional life and kind of just what you want to present to the world. Yeah, so I was going through pictures of myself over the years and moving them off the side of the screen so I'd only see the left or the right. Technically, if you wanted to do this thing right, you'd actually do a mirror of your face, so you're seeing an entire face that's perfectly symmetrical of each side. Mirrored down the middle. That was too much effort. Whatever. As I was going through my pictures, and I got selfies going back to about 2014. I didn't have a phone before that, so I don't got much before that. And from about 2014 through 2024, 2025, when I really got into this channel, maybe even more recently, maybe up through like early 2026 when I really started all this psych stuff. The simplest way to say it is the left side of my face terrifies me. Like, jump scare. Like, seriously, I was having a fight or flight response like the first time I like did this and clipped my face. Like, there's some, like, my face was putting out some mad rage vibes. Thank you for the timing. Like, just pure anger. Like, damn. And then the right side that I was presenting to the world kind of just, it looked like a presentation, like just dissociated, just flat. Like, alright. It makes sense because I mean I've had a long time fear of like being intimidating and like intimidating people. It's like I used to be like, well, yeah, I was tall and I was fat for a while, so a big guy is going to be intimidating. Of course, I'm worried about being intimidating, but no, I think it was that I, on some level, had a lot of like suppressed anger, and I was just always worried about it leaking out, and like other people having to deal with it, or me getting punished for it. Either way. What I see, and I see you watching me. I'm stopped at this light and being a good citizen. Yeah, what I see in my more recent ones, I still see that the right side the same, where it's like kind of just not there. I mean, I always say I talk in a monotone. I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't get terribly emotional in any of these videos or anything. I think you get a generally good representation of me. A whole bunch of flat with bursts of excitement is how I present to the world. But what I see now on the left side is just like a deep grief. like, so it's like I guess I'm processing the right things to let go of the anger, but it's just insane too because I've said for the longest time like I'm incapable of feeling anger. Like I was literally having discussions with friends back in 2014 like all right, there's things going on I need to be getting pissed about, and I can't draw from that well. Like it's not available to me. And then you look at, well, actually, no, I'm being imprecise. Looking at pictures from 2014, I don't see it. It's after 2014 or the tail end of it, which is when this medical issue started. It's a period of colossal stress in my life. I basically completely failed starting a business for various reasons. I had to drop out of school, college. There was a lot of bullshit around that, and nothing too out there. But the pictures I have from earlier 2014, I see the right side of my face is like hopeful, like a hopeful curiosity is how I describe it. So that's what I was presenting to the world. I was trying to start something. I was trying to bring people into the project. That makes sense. The left side was more. See, I don't actually remember. Damn it. I'm not going to show you pictures of myself, but I'm going to go check it again real quick. Just make sure I'm not like flattering myself or making shit up right now. Like, I mean, this is all pseudoscience, but let's at least try to get some of the science in there. All right. Let's say I'm not going on the screen. You don't need to see old pictures of me. Right side, 2014. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to put on like a commanding presence, a hope for the future type thing. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to be a leader, and I've since learned that's not really the role that I'm best suited for in anything. Like I'm not a natural leader. I like working within the group as a support role, not directing like groups of people. It's like, uh, the left side. What is that expression that I got? It's more intense. It's still got an intensity to it. I think it's like a passion, like the passion I had for the project. Right side definitely trying to be less emotional. But yeah, like I was staring like straight into the camera. I had an authentic smile. Like it's the same intensity that I see in the anger, but it's not scary. Let me check some other photos. Yeah, I mean, I see a passion and kind of like a composure within it. Like Like the emotion is doing what I want it to be doing. It's stable kind of look. The other side's more aloof. Probably me trying to be more professional because I was trying to start a business. You know, I'm not going to review everything else. I'm confident in what I said in the other ones. I'm just looking at one of the photos where I was like posing for like a dating site where it's like obviously I was trying to look friendly and whatever. I'm trying to see what I actually see in this. I'm not really facing the camera straight on, so I can't really. That one isn't really useful. If anything, it's overposed, so I don't think there's anything to be gained from looking at that one. I mean, there's bits of time through like 2015 where it's like I had another idea for a company. I was doing a lot of reading about how to actually properly like do a business plan, and you still see bits of that hope in there where it's like, all right, like, you failed the business because a variety of reasons, but lack of planning was the thing that I was mostly focused on at that point in time. So it's like some of these pictures I see bits of hope. And like actually wait a second. Just hope. I don't see the passion in there anymore. Just like, oh, I found the magic thing that'll allow me to be successful in business. Like there was a long time there where I was trying to figure out like, all right, well now that I know what I did wrong, like what kind of business do I even want to do? Like, and I never figured it out. It's like bouncing around a lot of fashion and artistic type things, but that's not really who I am as a person. So that was more just like these are things I think a good product could be made from. They're very relevant at the time. Like there wasn't anything personal behind that, like there had been with my original business, where I cared about the subject matter. So that's why those never even got anywhere. Like I barely even shared those ideas with anyone else. See, I know I'm being distracting. I forget that I'm not showing things on the screen. You just got a static screen. But I mean, you can tell the interest level and the emotions like coming out of me when I'm talking about myself. Oh. I mean, at least I know I'm actually interested in these subjects, and I'm not just like excited about like talking to like an AI about myself, and it's emulating somebody taking an interest. Like actually just looking at these theories and doing stuff myself without any AI or external input is still exciting and fun. So it's a good side. But yeah, looking at modern pictures of myself, 2024. At that point, the rage is starting to fade to tiredness. And oh, look, both sides of my face express the same thing at that point. So, we're back to the game now. I guess that's somewhere in there where the anger kind of just burnt out because he didn't have a target. I was realizing, learning about the medical condition, it's like, alright, there's nobody and nothing to blame. I understand it. I need to be clear there. Obviously, being refused medical care is something to get pissed about and assign blame for, but the original anger was more about the company failing and me having weird symptoms that I had no explanation for. So it's like I don't know if I've ever actually developed a proper anger for being refused medical care. More just for the symptoms and the initial illness. And those are the things that I figured out there's no one to blame for. This makes reasonable money. Yeah. So I need to clear out the anger so I can build the anger for the more recent problems. No. Anger isn't really gonna help with this. Who slammed into the student driver? Come on, he didn't do that. That's something to get pissed about. Yeah, I mean, because what I need right now is like networking and advocacy. Anger is not gonna help with that. So. But, I mean, I can have the sympathy for myself that it would be a valid emotion to feel without curating it. This pays well. I'm somewhat skeptical that the office is going to want this many liters of fertilizer, but we'll learn together. Same weight as the ash, so we don't have to do any math. Truck is fine with that. Back to the crane again. Why is everybody over here suddenly? Come on, man. It's my crane. I mean, what are you guys doing back here? You're not doing any delivery missions. Unbelievable AI. See, I didn't even complain about going to the island this time. I wonder... Yeah. I don't think it says anything other than I've been successfully distracting myself from complaining about anything. Yeah, the whole psych point was just me wanting to share, like, how crazy wild is that I jump scared myself and, like, saw a picture of myself and was scared, like... It's like, what the hell? Like... I've never noticed that just looking at pictures that show both sides of my face. Like, have other people been seeing that this whole time? Like... There's a question in there, like, are we ever actually able to suppress what's going on internally the way we think we can? Like, it's almost like fear realized I probably was intimidating to at least some people. But yeah, this face thing, like, you can't hide shit. You can only hide from yourself. I'm sure that we've all evolved capacity to, like, recognize and avoid people who just look like they're pissed off all the time, like they're a threat and all that. So it's like I know we have a capacity to avoid people who are depressed. That's a thing I've read about. Because depression can be contagious for various reasons. A lot of that's like social psychology, not personal psychology. But you gonna pull out in front of me, car? Nah, you good. See there, I'm getting the pessimism out. We can go back to the optimism. Now, this transmission is doing exactly what I wanted it to. The truck is slow. And as I've been figuring out in various Let's Plays, it's nearly impossible for me to actually frustrate myself, especially as long as I'm talking. You're not after me, are you? 'Cause I didn't do nothing illegal. That guy's got watermelons in the truck. What? Hey, it's a green light. Get out of the way. You're doing something illegal. Arrest yourself. I forgot what I was saying. Alright, he wasn't even after me, or I would have gotten money for that. Thank you for just going. We got ripped off. Yeah, I can't frustrate myself. I'm trying to do all this negative reinforcement to be like poking at myself like, hey, Kevin, it's time to make some changes in your life. But then I'm over here like, wow, it's such a new and exciting thing to frustrate myself. What a novel experience. I love it. And I get to talk about it. Wow. Like, damn it. I mean, it's not shocking, you know, like, my medical conditions got real bad before I started seeking medical care. Like, I see people online who are looking for, like, emergency care, like, years before I ever did. Like, they're like, I felt like shit for a month. I should get help. And I'm like, I had to feel like shit for, like, 7 years. Like, to be like, hey, wait a minute. That's not normal. Negative reinforcement just don't work on Kevin. That's what I'm saying. It's like how I seek out the most like depressing and angry music out there, and I'm like, wow, these emotions are powerful. That's exciting. But on some level now I'm questioning, did he lose one of his watermelons? Not gonna hit that. Now I'm over here just wondering if I was reinforcing it or if I was processing it or what the hell, but it explains why I suddenly lost interest in a lot of my music a couple of years ago. The anger was burning out, so I didn't really want it in the music anymore either, I guess. I didn't replace it with anything, though, so I can't really analyze that. We're going to the Office Gardens, by the way. This game giving us options of delivery locations, and I'm just like, I'll go to the first one. Which in itself is niche, because usually I start with the last something on a list if I can't make a call. So, I don't know. What are we even talking about? Damn it. I actually forgot. Oh, I'm trying to pretend I forgot. No. Oh, yeah, basically, you know, negative emotions don't really work on me so well. I'm too used to them. I'm too interested in weird, novel, whatever experiences. Like, fear bothers me. Like, I'm terrible at horror games, so I'll probably have to play some on the channel. You can see me hide in a corner before anything scary even happens. And then the other emotion that has negative reinforcement is plain old boredom. And I thank AI for calling that to my attention. It's like, yeah, all right, you think you're so special, you like negative emotions, you know, let's make you really bored. Like, oh, routine, no. I see you, unmarked police car. I see that cage in there. So, yeah, I guess that's what we're doing in Beam today. How's that for a ridiculously long explanation that actually loops back to the game? We're playing a sluggish automatic truck to see slowness in waking up. And we're making it routine so that it's sufficiently boring. I don't think this experiment's going to work either. I'd probably have to sit here not recording and not talking. Like when I try to play SnowRunner or like anything on my own, I immediately get bored. Look, I cheated. I shifted into low. That actually was a terrible idea. Don't. Yeah, I mean, I get bored playing SnowRunner in those games alone almost immediately. Like, maybe I can finish one mission, and then I'm just like, driving again. No. Even the RPGs I love. Like, if there's a bunch of combat back to back without any, like, story sections, I get bored really fast. Like, combat's supposed to be the exciting part. There's nothing for me to psychoanalyze or explore different decisions in combat. I mean, you're either good at it or you're not. Like, it's just strategy. You want to loop back to a strategy discussion? No, I didn't think so. Alright, this truck's already got its money's worth. Versus the van, where I was just getting paid to park. Great. Now my brain's like, but I bet there is a way to make good money with a cargo van without going back to the Utah map. It's even trying to do something boring. Like, damn it. I'm still going to end up trying to make it more interesting. Or just challenge, which I guess challenge is interesting, but whatever. Anyone got any materials they need hauled? You know, let's go out to the quarry. I bet they got stuff that needs hauling. Give us some highway mileage. I want to go off this exit. Thank you. Get the most highway mileage out of it. Wow, 2 cars in that exact same shade of green in a row. What are the chances? That ridiculous van. I could literally just like lock the truck in first gear and frustrate myself that way. Let's see if it works. I'll probably just find it niche. Because it'll be teaching me throttle control to not redline it. Damn it. See, look, I'm already making it interesting. This is going to be the new thing in the Drive Kevin Mad series. Like, before it was, oh, my uncertain language. Now it's, I can't be bored. Why can't I be bored? Like, look at this. Like, I'm like, look how clear everything is when you're driving slow enough to appreciate the scenery. No. My parents always used to say that I was too patient for my own good. They didn't get how I could sit there waiting half an hour for the Sims to load on the computer. But simultaneously, they also say I'm too impatient with a lot of things. Like I got the extremes. I didn't get any of the middle. So I simultaneously will enjoy doing this and absolutely hate playing something like SnowRunner within like 5 minutes because I'm like, oh, it's just the truck going back and forth on the road and nothing's going on. And, you know, it's just more of driving on the mud. I had a realization when I was playing Roadcraft that the reason I have more fun with Beam.NG and American Truck Sim is literally just because I can look at the other traffic that's going by. You know, it's like you're living in a world that has some semblance of activity. Like, you know, I've owned Beam.NG since it came out, like 2014, 15, whatever the hell, like back in early days. And I barely put any hours in until I started recording for this channel, right? Like, and a lot of that was a mixture of the game not having a traffic system for a long time, and then me being unaware of it. Just playing on the empty maps, just so the physics engine's fun to play with for maybe like 30 minutes a month. Like, look at this. I'm enjoying this. What is wrong with me? Are you enjoying this, dear audience? Maybe let's have an episode where I never go above 10 miles an hour. I could even alt tab and go make AI music without pausing the game. Oh yeah. You're getting a full exploration of Kevin's brain today. That's alright. I feel like I'm making it more interesting than I've made a lot of my psych talk. So you getting some real life video game examples. Or putting things into practice more. That's how you say it. It's like trying to take a science class with a laboratory section and one without a laboratory section. And I usually hate the hands-on stuff, so... yeah, I mean, it's something I've said a million times, you know, like... The reason that combat in games gets boring for me is just because I like focusing on people-related things over thing-related things. Like, combat is just strategy. Like, it's just tactics and mechanical. Could we get a... What's the reverse of a speeding ticket? We get a slowing ticket? I'm not going to do this much longer, I promise. Because it's not bothering me. Fuck it. I'll go back into drive. Unbothered Kevin. And that's not all brain injury doing that either. Like, I did lose a lot of emotional affect, but I'm too tolerant for my own good, and that's just how I am. Brittle bush. How brittle is the bush? I am actually up to speed now, and oh, yeah, I'm up to speed. I should be more aware of that. See, there's a bit of my jittery, whatever it is. It's like, I'm gonna hit the curb now. Oh no. Like, I didn't see it before I was a millisecond away from hitting it. Let's slow down a bit so that we get the chance to speed up again. I slow down and I speed up again. Oh, what was the cringe thing we said earlier that I wanted to make a song out of? It's well out of the segue range now, but if we combine some of our cringe... I remember the slush box thing. That wasn't it, though. What was it? You think we can remember? Yeah, place your bets on your market of choice. Yeah, I've just learned about prediction markets. I'm like, oh. That seems like a good way to lose a lot of money. I don't know, it might even be worse than crypto coins have been if I got involved in that. I'm not actually turning around here. So I need to be in the right lane. Why the truck not shifting at this point? I'm back in low. How did I get back in low? Hey, that guy went straight. I thought you could only turn there. Yeah, I don't remember what the cringe thing was earlier. Oh, well. If I fixated on my cringe jokes, you'd never get more new cringe jokes. gotta maintain the vibe, you gotta reinforce the vibe, or something like that. You can't just keep playing the classics. Like this truck. Yeah, it's a classic. But I mean, it is going to be the perfect time for some cringing. I'm going to be doing a drive, probably back to the island. I've talked about everything I planned to talk about today, but a lot of episodes I don't plan anything, so that doesn't mean much anything, really. Grab a lord. Should we do some math? Like, if I put that in the truck, am I allowed to put anything else in the truck? Oddly, I can put the soil in with the gravel, but I can't put that soil in with the gravel. What? I'm guessing it's because it's an isolated load that's going to the same spot. What's the equivalent of psychoanalyzing for game logic instead of human logic? I mean, troubleshooting, kind of. Not really. I do want to know why the prices are so dramatically different on all this. Huh. I'm guessing it's looking at the average distance to the different destinations. Like, soil can go to the suburbs, or any of those. This can go... The soil can only go to the houses or the gardens. The lime also can go to the gardens or the island. Alright. If I felt like driving that long road over there, or the highway, what's the optimal destination for me? Well, I can't get the name of them, so I just gotta figure that out on my own. I think the one over there is the construction site. The overpass construction site. I think we should load this full of gravel and go there. Yeah, we said it. Let's do it. I don't know why you'd put the sand in unless you just needed something lighter. At this point, we are dealing with things that weigh twice as much as the ash. I don't remember what we hauled back from the island. I completely just wasn't paying attention at that point in time. Alright, what is this weigh? 3.97 per pound by 4,800. That's almost 20,000 pounds of gravel. Do we know what the load this truck can handle is? No. Are we going to find out together? I don't know. It's probably still underneath the capacity. I mean, it's got a full-on dump truck. That's gotta be capable, right? I was going to calculate what the difference between the gravel and the sand weight is, but nah. I do still say the game should do the math for you. Oh. It does. But, you know, we were role-playing being a real truck driver where the math isn't done for you. I mean, it probably is by the person who's paying you to do the job, but we're role-playing being a real person where someone has to do the math somewhere. Oh. Yeah. We in the real madman hours today. Being way too meta about everything. That's always been what sabotaged me on dating sites. And potentially having a scary face. I don't. It's funny too, because when I'm analyzing my face type, I seem to have the overall face shape is one of the more harmless faces. It's just you look at the look in my eye, and it's I don't actually know if that's accurate though. Like I said, I'm new to that kind of face reading stuff, so I don't have the answer. Am I willing to pay a supposed professional for the answer? I don't know. Not at this moment. That guy spilled his watermelons all over the road. This truck not happy doing the old, what do they call it, the moose test? I call it the watermelon test today. What's the 0 to 60 on a dump truck? Good thing I'm not driving for real, huh? I just be I suddenly have a need to know my 0 to 60 times and just slam on the brakes on the highway. And then I wouldn't even be paying enough attention to know what the answer was. And then I'd have to do it again. Nah, I'd never actually pay enough attention to get the 0 to 60 times, so that'd just be a waste of time. Come on, student driver. Alright, fine, you're going off the exit. I forgive you for pulling in front of me and whatever. You didn't even do anything wrong. It's fine. Yeah, this is a real energized episode for me. It's funny. I've learned not to even say anything. I start out a bunch of these episodes I'm unenergized and tired. This will be a short episode, and then it ends up being my most energetic episodes. It's hey, no. All right. Oh, you saved me from the speed trap. Thank you. Might want to upgrade the brakes on this, but they were capable. Hey, damn it, I didn't make the AI song. Oh. We'll get there. I'm remembering that DeepSeek makes better songs, too. I would have forgotten that and just done the regular algorithm. But yeah, that'd be 2 or 3 episodes in a row where I didn't make any AI music. What is the world coming to? Damn it, Kevin's randomness getting so random that sometimes I'm not even random. I don't make the cringe AI music. Was it a highway overpass or underpass construction? Uh-oh. Yeah, I see you over there. Alright, here we go. It's just over here. That cop might be having something to say if I happen to just go over there, though. So we'll do a U-turn. The sign says it's okay. Beep, beep, beep. No. Beep, beep. Sure hope there's no one behind me. Oh, there's a pole here and everything. It's not a very good U-turn. It's more like a K for Kevin turn. There's a song we could make. The K for Kevin song. Yeah, the brakes could use a little upgrade. How much the job paying? Give me some good cash, please. It's okay. can't help but notice that they don't care about my parking anymore. And I'm still questionable. What? And the truck stalled. It was in neutral and everything. Whatever. It's time to cringe. And redeem our free cash. Maybe we'll hang out at the truck auction. Or not. Every 2 hours in. Yeah. See, my internal clock seems to work well. Oh, well. Alright. Let me close my sidebar so you don't see all the AI chats I've been doing. And we'll get typing. I want song lyrics. Struggling to. Yeah, my mouse changed its speed settings. That's what's getting me. Song lyrics. I don't know why it bothers me because it literally went back to the setting I'd been using for the past week, but I changed it today and I don't even know. That uncalibrated me. Recommendations for K. I'm doing a K for Kevin Turn. That needs an explanation. Explanation mark? What the hell's an explanation mark? Is that like a reverse question mark? I can't wait till I can use a real keyboard again. I'm gonna feel so fast. Gonna be a lot of relearning. I'd literally have to like relearn how to roll over in bed, how to sit up, like the most basic shit you could imagine. Yet I trust typing on a keyboard is still in there. I mean, the rest of it, you know, that's more just like the body calibrating. It's not like I forgot how to do the motions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, probably not. Like, once it's safe for me to set up, I'll have to practice doing it without getting dizzy and so on. It's not like I won't be able to do it. It's rebuilding a tolerance. Okay, I still don't remember what that other cringe thing I said earlier was. Damn it. Great, I said cringe thing, and my brain's like, oh, you must be referring to the chicken dance. No. But that's going in here now. Chickens dance. Chickies dance. Damn it. This virtual keyboard is emulating a real keyboard so well that it's developed its own technical problem. Anytime I hit this key, so apostrophe, I don't know what you call it, then a couple letters later it'll skip one, and it's not always consistent. Like, watch this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No, I didn't do it that time. Well, that's in the song now. Let's try it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Nope, didn't do it that time either. That's in the song now. Oh. Why did I type speed twice? No. It's in the song now. I don't know what the cringe thing was earlier, but we got enough content here for a song. No spoilers. Why did it search the web? What are you trying to do? Stop flattering me and get to work. Don't psychoanalyze me either. Oh. Damn it, AI. Today's not the day. Done enough of that. Usually it just gives you the lyrics and says, here's a couple genres. Like, today it's feeling niche. Oh, it's a lyrical nod to basketball star Kevin Durant. You better not be the guy that 6'7" joke is about. He's 6'11". Kevin 6'11". There you go. There's your new meme. Well, that's our song title, Kevin Durant. Can I actually have the lyrics, please? I don't want a playlist. The AI is absolutely obsessed with recommending this Gex band and Sophie and Hyperpop. I've noticed that. And I don't know if I've ever once responded positively to it. Like, I've been like, yeah, I checked it out, and that music a bit flamboyant for me. I like chaos, but I'm starting to get like old, so I don't like new stuff anymore. No, I'm kidding. That's not why. Did you actually use? I don't know. Probably. It's probably fine. I don't know why I want to make it hyper pop. I might be over here overruling this AI. I don't know what the hell bubblegum bass is though, but that's literally like bubble bass. You know, the SpongeBob guy. Like that's going in here. Is Kevin a genre? Oh, we should put basketball in here. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, you're so clever. You're making basketball jokes. Sure. Breakcore. Deconstructed club. We're not a deconstructed club sandwich. Just pull the chicken out and make it dance. I'm gonna skip the glitch pop and the breakcore and all that. We know what all that is. We can make it a little bit of experimental hip hop, sure. Why not? Cloud Rap gonna be pulling down that energy though. Do we want bubblegum moog bass? Chinese folk. No. We could do some vocal effects. Sounds good. And by that, I mean this probably won't sound good. It better not be like, that name's copyrighted. They don't care. I'll switch you back over once we've seen what kind of crazy album art this is going to generate. Now, the AI woke up and chose boring today. Thank you for helping with my psychology lesson. That is the most AI slop art I've ever seen. Yeah, well. Let's figure out what we're doing before we put on the music and then just sit here in the map for a minute. This is where I get to distract from not doing anything particularly interesting by talking to you. Central bus driver. Always finding something new on the map. Try to return with no damage. Yeah. I don't know about that one. There's this construction site that doesn't have any materials for us, it says, but I don't believe it. So we're going to check that out. if they actually don't have anything? Then what's the plan? Like, what if they're not lying? I don't know. There's probably not going to be any just like materials over there, right? We might have to go all the way out of the city down there, like if that's the case. All right, you ready to cringe? We got our destination. Let's go.
On the floor, I'm doing a cake for Kevin Turn. Hear the engine roar, watch the whole damn system burn. I slow down to speed up again. My reality is glitching, tell me where it's gonna end. I'm here for A and Z, F, kinda J, kinda date. Watch the chickens dance, the colors bleed to gray. Yeah, I slow down to speed up again. This hyper pop hurricane, come on, let it in. Let the rhythm set you free. Chickens on the right, we have way too much fun. Cake turn, Kevin turn, watch the tires scream and burn. Slow down, speed it up, the whole damn system learn. Chickens dance, Kevin turn. Chickens dance, Kevin turn.
Chickens dance, chickens dance. Chickens dance, chickens dance. Four on the floor, I'm doing a K for Kevin Turn. Hear the engine roar, watch the whole damn system burn. I slow down to speed up again. My reality is glitching, tell me where it's gonna end.
I said, O-C-F-T, calling the day. Watch the chickens dance as the colors bleed to gray. Yeah, I slow down to speed up again. This hyper pop hurricane, come on, let it in. Kevin, say that the rhythm set you free. Chickens on the run, we're having way too much fun. Cake turn, Kevin turn, watch the tires scream and burn. Slow down, speed up, let the whole damn system learn. Ladies, sit out there. Ladies, sit out there.
Chickens dance, chickens dance.
Ladies, sit out there. Ladies, sit out there.
Chickens dance, chickens dance. Chickens dance, chickens dance. Chickens dance, chickens dance.
What? What are those? Those songs were only a minute long. What a ripoff. Come on, AI. You've been slacking on me. What? And it snuck the hyper pop in there anyway. Dope. I got trolled. Whatever. Now I gotta wait for some more inspiration. Are these seats red, or is that just the lights? I think it's just the lighting. So we gotta watch for those K trucks. They tend to dump their load on the road, apparently. No, we're not making that a song. Nope. Don't even want to know what genre that would be. Oh. Inspiration is just one permission slip away. Nah, we not letting ourselves go full bore with the cringe. The best jokes fall somewhere between full bore and being a bore. Was that a joke? Damn it, I've run out of psych talk. I mean, we got 2 hours in. I mean, seriously, we got over 2 hours in. Why time moving so fast today? Am I having that much fun? Because I don't think there's anything deeper to it. Where they're confident there's nothing deep to it today, really. I mean, I'm enjoying getting stuff out of my system. I mean, how do we figure out the anger thing? Like, I'm trying to get, like, that's the funny thing. Like, I'm trying to get more in touch with my emotions, but I don't mean that in the usual way. Like, I mean more just like feeling how functional my body is and how safe I feel. Like, I wasn't literally looking for like suppressed anger or anything. Oh, I don't want to go to the island. Screw you. There's no repressed anger here, I swear. Okay. I doubt they have any materials there. Oh, we should have gone over to sealed brick. It says there's nothing, but I've seen stuff over here before. Well, while we're out here, let's go to the house and see if there's any fun customization options for the truck. Let's not back over the curb. When did that tail light get repaired? What? Have I just like blanked out part of this episode? I know we busted that light as soon as we bought the truck. Is this the Mandela effect? I know if I asked the AI to make me a busted out taillight song, we'd be back in hyperpop land. AI trying to force meme that genre. I don't know if I've ever even seen anybody like bring it up themselves. It's just anytime I've heard of it, it's because the AI is like, you would really love this. Try it. And again, do I hang out anywhere that people bring up music? Then again, do I hang out anywhere? Full stop. Yeah, man, I don't even have like an internet community right now. Like, I'm just like uploading shit on YouTube and watching shit on YouTube. But like, and I'm not even watching like gaming videos for the most part. So YouTube probably mad confused. They're like, why this guy watching all this like learning stuff and then putting up dumb gaming videos? I'm not even engaging with medical content anymore, like, other than finding doctors and hospitals and reaching out like to try to get care. Like, I feel like the time for me to figure anything out is past at this point. I've figured out everything I'm gonna figure out. Like, yeah, I mean, there's always mysteries that could be explored. Excuse me. Of course, there's someone in the driveway. I'm gonna sell this house and get another one just because somebody keeps parking in the driveway. The HOA has successfully bullied me out of the neighborhood. Hello, Mr. Officer. He's on my property. It's not a crime. Not a crime. Not a crime. I don't have any repressed anger. What are you talking about? I could literally pay $350 to waste my time trying to repair something that's not broken. But who am I paying that money to if I do the repair myself? What? Why am I back on everyday insurance? I was on Drive Guard. Come on. You're gonna rip me off and everything. I mean, no, they're not. I mean, they're still paying everything, right? Come on, man. You can't just go changing my insurance on me like that. Should we reset our driver's score? I feel like that's in our interest. Yeah, that's an awfully expensive penalty. Did that actually charge me? I'm not actually sure. I think the menu just didn't update. I think that's all that happened. Yeah, it charged me. Here's something we're gonna do. Let's make it darker out. Let's see if 6 p.m. is an interesting time. Guess Beam.NG taking place in the winter season. 6 p.m. Hella dark. Working dump storage. I'm sure glad we got the working one on there. It would have sucked to have the regular one. Extended cab, front frame, 6-door crew frame. Oh, that's pretty expensive, but also niche. Dough. Is there any way I can rationalize it? 'Cause I do like it. What's this long lift gate thing? Look how long that truck is. That's obscene. Can we make like a limo out of it that's just endless doors? I want like the liminal space truck. Yeah, what can I actually put on here? A camper. That's a camper, all right. That's an obnoxious looking truck, all right. Doesn't even line up with the tire. No. Repo. Ambulance. Box. That seems to be broken. Can I actually do ambulance missions in RLS? I know it's not implemented in standard Beam. I don't believe logging is implemented anywhere in career. A tanker would be doable. I'm just not so sure about $92,000. I don't know that liquids pay that much better. We could build ourselves a repo truck. Oh, like a proper one, too. Don't know if we want to be doing that. I mean, it's cool. $100,000 rockets. Yeah, we not Team Rocket over here. Look at all the stuff that you have to install in order to get that crew cab. It's ridiculous. Like, what do I need doors on there for? Well, you gotta pay extra for the doors. The new exhaust. Would the game even let me simultaneously do taxi and delivery missions? Probably not. Oh, I can actually pull some of this stuff off and they don't care. Well. Uh-oh. Can I please just remove this from my cart? I don't want to pay for any of it. And I don't want just a broken truck either. There we go. Oh, that was close. I could pay for just some permanently installed rocks. It's only 10,000 pounds. That's wimpy. I want heavier rocks. There was a time in my life when my medical issues were a lot less severe, and I was just like, I must just not be exercising hard enough. Let's just endlessly scale it up until it fixes me. And I was literally going out with like backpacks full of rocks, like hiking. Like, why am I not feeling better? And then I'd feel worse, and I'd be like, I guess I didn't exercise enough. And that's how I ended up trapped in this bed, unable to sit up or do anything. I just kept scaling it up and up until my body was like, you're done. I mean, I do see people with the same medical issues who didn't let it get this bad before they started seeking care. And, at least that's good protection against the gaslighting. Like, doctors are like, don't want to help you. Have you considered that maybe you should just try exercising? I'm like, I considered that for like 8 years. And didn't consider anything else. If there was a way to mindset my way out of this, it would have happened in 2015 when I was in complete denial. Or anywhere between there and 2020 where I was in complete denial. What am I looking at there? That's weird. Is there any good reason to put tractor tires on here? Or chained tires in the game that doesn't have any snow? That'd be pretty niche. For a second, I thought it was just loading in chains and no tire. I have to know what it does. I have to. What do the mud tires look like, though? Actually, we could build this thing for the mud drag strip. That is a thing. It's on the map. Now I'm wishing I hadn't called your attention to the chains, because I could have just started building something that has some reason for existing. But no. I mean, we should probably test it out on the mud drag strip before we put on the special parts that would make it more capable. Because you don't know if you're getting your money's worth if you've never seen it before you upgraded it. There's a lot of money to be made pulling these parts off of here, too. So rear-wheel drive would probably screw us over in the mud race, wouldn't it? Maybe we should make it four-wheel drive. Yeah. One thing at a time. It won't take much to be towed out of there if we get stuck, so. Just try it before we assume. It might need a lift kit to go in the mud, too. I don't know. Again, try it before you buy anything. Yeah, there's no reason to also have chains on the front. So we won't. I don't know if we want just the standard hauler tires. What's the difference between heavy duty and hauler? I don't know. We'll leave it alone. You can change the color of the frame, but that's extra. There's definitely upgrades to be done without engine swaps. Including upping the governor. I would assume you need to upgrade the block before you do something like that. Could up the turbo. Could down the turbo. It's fine. 5-speed auto. If we wanted a more sluggish transmission, that would mean going down gears, right? Oh, yeah, I get it. Dual shift is the one with the splitters. Single shift is a manual without a splitter. Okay. Sport transmission, I don't know, probably a manual. I have no idea what the Super 8 is. Probably a manual. I don't know. Like overdrive, dual shift. Yeah, it's a manual. And fancy automatics. I mean, we'll go put that in there. Why not? The race, the sport. Better automatic. Sure. Let's see how bad those chains are. Oh, yeah, the main thing I wanted to customize was the aesthetic. That paint job implies that I like going out to the island. That's what I'm thinking. Even if it's not the company from the island, you know, it's... You know what I'm saying. No, you don't, because I don't know what I'm saying. Should we tint the glass? Yeah. Should we color the truck? Probably not. We make it like regular blue. Dark blue. I really would like the truck over here if I was going to do that, though. So I could see what I'm doing. It's a niche idea. Yeah, the stick drift is still going on. It's not as bad as it was. You see that? It just is a little yup. Yeah, it could be the DHL truck again. Except this is the HHL one. Sure, why not? That's our company logo now. How did it come to this? Do we want to make it a different... Oh. Paint 1 is the back of the truck? Or it's just not working? I think the paint job overwrites our color choice. Are any of these within our control? Yeah. The back of the truck. Oh, and the wheels. Oh. Shall we have a quick lesson in complementary colors? Oh, no. That's the least complementary color. No, no, no. This aesthetic is pathetic. I mean, the truck's already... It's even... Like, the truck's yellow and red. But making that red looks bad. Why is that? It's not like the wrong shade. Like, just bad. Beach yellow works. I don't know if I'd call it a complementary color, but compared to everything else we've looked at, it's less offensive. The mismatched yellow's okay. I wonder if the paint is like a different sheen or something. Maybe that's the problem. The blue's okay because it's hard to see. Yeah, gray is even ugly. Matte gray's it's acceptable. I thought the chrome was going to be obnoxious, but it's not compared to everything else we've looked at. Let's see. Taxi yellow matches. Do we want an all yellow truck? I mean, I know we can do better. I mean, even this is all right. I'll take that, I guess. Sure. We got our nice beach truck with its chained tires. Stop stick drifting. Is this going to be like real life chains? That's the question. Is it just going to be rumble, 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 rumble? No. It's not anywhere. Oh, it's not making any noise. But like, if that was real chains, this would be the. Like, it'd be louder than the engine. Hello, Mr. Officer. You wouldn't be very pleased with us either. So you notice that we've made it like 6 and all the cars came off the road. It's like Beam actually has the programming to alter the traffic density based on the time of day without any mods. Or RLS did that because it seems to do every bit of everything. You never know. Yeah, where's that mud drag strip? That looks like a muddy drag strip. That must be it. Alright, we're gonna drive this nice chained tire diesel truck through this neighborhood at night. And then we'll go make noise out in the wilderness. The chains don't drive so well, I'll tell you that. Bit slippery when you reduce the contact patch. And yeah, my brain's starting to drop into lower power state, which isn't good because my best power state is like 20%. Like, yeah. I know there's such a conflict between my personality and like my cognitive capacity. I sound a lot more energized than I ever actually have the capacity to be. Is that a right turn or a straight? It's a left turn. About to disable that mod that takes the arrows off the road. Because the floating arrows get deceptive. Like, that was the right direction, right? Yup. Tricky. That looks like a left turn, is it? Oh, it is. No, no, no. See, now I've learned I can't trust the arrows, so now I want to do the reverse of what they say. It's like, but it's arbitrary. Sometimes it's right, and sometimes it's not. I look forward to having a actual virtual blinker stock on my controller. isn't in any way like a blinker stock, but it's kind of sort of behind the steering, so close enough. Then I'll have more buttons in my controller and have to figure out what other features we can enable to make the driving more realistic. We only just gave ourselves the blinkers, and that was before the controller upgrade. That's because Beam upgraded and brought layers in. So I don't know. What are we going to do with the D-pad once we have our... Well, I mean, we got an entire couple layers at that point that are unbound. How bad do you think this is going to go? Oh, I can't believe we're not bogged down. Alright, well, what actually is there to improve? It's a bit bumpy under the mud. Maybe we could use a more compliant suspension. $28. What? I mean, sure, we didn't meet the goal, but how much are you really going to pay if we do meet the goal? Is it even worth me paying to upgrade the truck? Of course, my whole thing was about getting a obnoxiously slow shifting truck, and now I'm here like, let's put in a big motor and drag race it. I can't stay on topic long enough to bother myself. So I think as far as the psych work goes, I'm going to have to abandon the whole negative reinforcement, find some positive reinforcement. What? Oh. These are two different drag strips, I see. That's what I remember happening the last time I tried. Diff lock? Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be enough. Oh. That's not a lot of money. Or it's costing more than I earned, is what I mean to say. No. Alright, so this isn't just 2 lanes. I see. There isn't really a warning here about that. Just saying. That other one said that it would only pay like $70 if I won, so that's not very insightful. It's not very worthwhile. But oh well. Is that really our motivation for doing anything? Making our money back. They gave us $30 that time. There's something going on though. Hey, the taillight's broken again. What the hell? I didn't hit anything that time. Stupid Mandela effect. You call it out and then it reverts itself. But there's no way it could be broken because I customized the truck. What? I'm kidding. I don't even believe in the Mandela effect stuff. I'm just trolling. Being an asshole. Game saved. Yeah. Let's see if we can get more than $30 out of this thing. And it said it'd give me $50 if I said a good time. Did you see that? I don't think we're beating the par time. Oh, the reason we went faster that time is probably because we put the diff lock on. That would make sense. Yeah, this thing hopping around too much. That's costing time. $12. And then I guess it has to like shake the mud off the tires or something. I don't know what that's all about. The chains are also might be a factor in why it's hopping around like that. Ooh, someone did a dumb. It wasn't me. Are we dumb enough to try the rock crawling course in the middle of the night with a non-lifted truck? I don't know about that one. You know we're going to lose the headlights if we do that. So take the coward's way out. That loops back to the whole psych thing. Aha. Yeah, my self-preservation instinct is ridiculously strong. That's basically what it is. I don't have good wiring to decentivize it. You got strong ass ego and don't really feel negative emotions, so yeah. Short rock crawl. That might be more sensible. Oh yeah, what happened to the auction? I was gonna go hang out at the auction. Dough. Let's get some lights on this course. Where's the starting line? I can take it. I can't take it. We gotta try it in third person. I can't do that in first with the lights out. No one goes off-roading at night. This truck is just... No, it's not doing this. You can't even get on the first rock. Alright. Consider me educated. Did you predict that? I predicted we'd at least break something. But we had a nice easy failure, because sometimes life does hand you those. It's like you trying to learn the hard way, and life's just like, go easy on them today. Let's see what's up at the car dealership. They got some interesting jockey missions. Because at this point, we're just looking for the most interesting way to get back to the city. Yeah, it's going to be a long episode. They got a truck here, too. Lots of trucks. It's almost like it's a used truck dealer. I mean, I have a truck that I am enjoying more than I would enjoy these ones. So... I don't feel the need to spawn any of those. Be good. Trailers, huh? They do pay well enough. I don't know that I have a trailer hitch, though. These cars pay reasonably well. They're reasonably interesting. Manuals, though. We've had that discussion already. I don't want to be driving a manual at this moment in time. Then again, if I said driving the automatic was supposed to be the negative enforcement, wouldn't that mean a manual becomes the positive reinforcement? Oh man, we all getting twisted up in all the psych logic now. Because if the automatic is a representation of me not literally shifting gears like to awakeness quick enough, then wouldn't practicing manual shifting be the right thing to do? Assuming my brain is intuitively working anywhere nearly as abstractly as I'm trying to think. Let's assume it is, because it's more interesting that way. Okay. Drive that car. Gets us in the city. I don't know if that's an interesting car, though. I've already driven one of those. The 160Q. I think it's a diesel. But we could also just do another job from the quarry. That honestly feels like the better call right now. Oh, we did damage the front of the truck. Oh. Yeah. That's okay. We knew what we were in for. Should I be driving a manual? Don't. Stupid positive and negative reinforcement. One of the main reasons I'm doing all this psych stuff like such an abstract way in Beam and so on is because in order to do it with like the RPG games that are a more effective and relevant medium, you know, those games are a couple 100 hours to like see the story like through. In Beam, I can just test drive something for a couple hours, and Beam's also more tactile. Like, you know, RPG is more narrative. So I don't really know the implications of that, but I can recognize it. Yeah, gravel me up. We'll do the same job as before. Just because it's in the location I wish to drive to. There's no meta to that. Alright. We're testing out the 4-speed transmission with the same job. That's basically what we're doing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the way I work in reality is that I respond significantly more to narrative than tactile. Like, I'm oblivious to a lot of sensory experience. So, doing the psych stuff in Beam isn't really a winning strategy to begin with. But it gets me talking about it. I mean, realistically, I should ditch it in Beam, other than the fact that it inspires me to do niche builds. Like, you know, we could use it that way, rather than trying to think I'm actually accomplishing anything with it. The psych work is an effective chaos engine, that's what I'm saying. That's why I enjoy whatever I'm doing, even if it's supposed to be difficult. The Invincible did actually get me, though, because it caught me off guard. I didn't think the story was going to be as relevant to my medical stuff as it ended up being. What's crazy is its chain tires are making this thing want to drift. That's pretty crazy. But crazier than that is one of the endings to that game that I didn't get in the video. I went and looked them up online. It was, oh, I shouldn't have tried to drift the big full dump truck. Let's flip it over before the engine quits. It's only $50. It's fine. Flipping it right side up is only $50. But that expense sheet is like, but wait, there's more. The repairs. I can see my hood from here. Oh. Now, why do I even have the differential on? That was stupid, too. That's probably part of why it was drifting. Oh. Hey. What? That's my strategy. Playing as the cops. Undercover cop. What do you call that? When I mean, obviously trying to match their quota. I'm gonna destroy. Well, I was gonna say his car. I'm gonna destroy my car. That'll show you. Doe. That cop should be fired. He caused it multiple accidents, and you're going the wrong way on the highway. I've been ticketed for police collision. You cannot drive away. He started it. Come on, you couldn't even face me the right way. Hey, there's nothing in there. Oh, come on. You already did that. Something was leaking. I just saw a pressure tank leaking. Bad cops. Hey! Am I invisible or something? I mean, my headlights are now broken. Maybe that's playing into it. No. Do. Yeah, I got no headlights anymore. Well, we knew that was going to happen at some point. Just a matter of time. Yeah, so the psych stuff. Yeah, I mean, I respond more to narratives than anything sensory. That's probably part of why I'm so optimistic and stuff, too, is because my life, well, I don't know, it's not that it doesn't have a narrative. That makes sense, but the sensory parts of the disease are easier to blow off, I guess. Trucks sound unhealthy. There definitely are some bright lights shining from somewhere. Distracted driving. You too, huh? We're all distracted drivers in these parts. My engine's been turned off. I sure hope we've made enough money today to pay our repair bill. And that the gravel hasn't all leaked out. Oh, no. I can see my engine from here. These chain tires were the worst decision we made all day. Fuel tank ruptured. Oh, no. Which one's the gas gauge? You know, we gotta pay attention to that. Please let me finish the job before you all leak out. Yeah, it's moving. Oh, it's moving quick. Uh-oh. No, I missed my turnover. You know, I was playing this game a lot better when I was having the psych conversations. Oh. It'll pay the bill if we can just deliver it. No, I don't want to hear that noise. Whatever it was, it's not a good noise. The gas is gone. Oh, no. If we hadn't missed the turn... If we had a second vehicle, we could push it. Here come that brainstorming. I don't know. I got anything. Can we just tow it like a block? Come on, man. Some sympathy. Sympathy for a dumbass. Maybe if it was in neutral. I mean, realistically, there's no pushing this truck, right? Like, and virtually, there's no pushing this truck, right? Oh no. How do we solve this problem? Oh, what's this? Can I close the hood? I'm trying to think if there's a way we could like steal a vehicle to push it. I'm not even sure that would be enough. Oh, what would it cost to ditch the cargo? Wait, we can retrieve our favorite vehicle. Wait a minute. I know how to cheat. Let all your anger out. Don't suppress it. Kevin cheating. I would like to retrieve my favorite vehicle, please. There's so many ways the game could troll me with this. But I think we're gonna get it. It's just gonna be a little fiddly. Here we go. I've got your gravel, sir. There's always a way. I'm not questionable anymore. Ah. Nice car. I appreciate the obnoxious color. Oh, don't you ram me, officer. This is a Ford truck. I mean, now what do we do though? I mean, where's that auction house? That's like just down the street here, right? Is this it? We were just trying to get to the auction. Like, yeah, it's right just there. Oh, yeah. It's dark in here. Oh, do we make a Kevin cheating again song? Hey, that officer fined me a lot of money. We had like 160,000 when we started that job. Yeah, there's some freebie money. Where's the logbook? There it is. Oh, there was an insurance. So are you saying it wasn't the officer who did it? It was the transmission of the tires. That's what got me. I think the officer actually let me off with a warning. Oh, that repair bill gonna be coming up soon, though. Unless we sell the truck at the auction. Like, I mean, it's possible. I don't feel like we're gonna get away with that. What would the Kevin cheating song even sound like? Whatever. We got ripped off on the AI today. I mean, well, we're here and there's music expected to be playing. Anyway, we could play some lower volume. AI music. Maybe some, what's the word? Instrumental. I was going to say industrial. Could do that too. If I just put in cheating as a genre, though, and pickle, you know, Kevin's like the pickle guy in SpongeBob. If I put in SpongeBob as a genre, cheating, pickle, SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs. Oh, I got to get nautical in there. And dump truck. I feel like nothing we put in there is an actual genre, so hopefully the AI is not going to just cross it all out and be like, yep, hyperpop it is. That would be just our luck. I decided to name the song Brine Betrayal. So I'm going to just turn the volume down on this so I can talk over it, and then we'll carry on with the game right now. There's our auction music. It doesn't sound bad. It doesn't sound good either, but it'll be fine. It's as good as what was playing in Beam, right? Alright, if we were going to sell this truck that's currently worth $0, never mind. Vintage vehicles. Rare vehicles. Let's look at some vintage vehicles. Sorry, we got our big heavy truck. We had 2 challenges today. Maybe we'll do them both. The second one was find something that Kevin actually likes, like a cruiser, you know, comfy cruiser. How about a lucky 11? Kevin 11. There we go. I think this music has just put me in a vintage mood. Oldsmobile. It's old in here. Gavril B series with Swampers. I don't know what a Blackpool Sandshark off-road is. I don't know about that. There are mods coming in here that I don't even know what they are. That music's decided to start playing again. An Astro Cabrio. Sounds like a convertible. Bidding started pretty high on this thing. Some T-Series. Sleeper and a burnout rig. Those are semi-trucks. Miramar. Cadillac. Is this an auto or a manual? Can't tell. Let it go. The Cadillac could be interesting. It's not too much here particularly interesting. I don't know what the Sandshark is. I mean, we can always change the transmission if we wanted to do that. Or we could remember what we said a couple minutes ago and do that. But is this just playing my music? Yeah, it's just changed genre. I don't know, I'm getting confused. Hello? Whatever that is has a lot of lights on it. Is it trying to drive over here? It's not very promising. Oh, it's doing that challenge that I was doing earlier. I see what's going on. I think the game is going to get sick of this and teleport at any moment. Yeah, I don't know if we're actually interested in any of these vehicles. We'll have to check out the interiors and so on. You know how I am. I don't need a semi-truck. I already got my big truck. And we got our obnoxious auction music. I feel like if I go stand in front of the truck so that it stops moving, maybe then it'll teleport. Or I'll get squished. No. 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 This isn't a very successful idea. They don't care about the little man. Can I knock the headlight out, or is that too armored? Well, whatever. I'll just ride the truck up then. Can I get in? No. You are blocked from doing that. What's this button? Oh. I think I found his high gear. I helped at the last minute. I mean, you got the wood trim in there. It's not a bad truck. There's a lot of buttons that are touchable, and we seem to have broken something. I think we probably shouldn't bid on the truck, because I've just done a whole bunch of bad things to it. Runaway diesel time. Oh, look at the bidding on that. I can't afford that truck anyway. Really? That truck is that desirable, huh? Damn. You think you finally got some money in Beam, and then something expensive comes around and reminds you how broke you actually are. I say that every episode, but it happens every episode. You know, good luck. Enjoy your truck. We did help him find the high gear, so it was nice. Now they can get out of the way. This is such lovely generic trucker music. What is this? Seems darker in here at this time of day, too. Oh, it's a buggy. Huh. Would I enjoy a buggy? I think the truck's coming back. You know, I'm not opposed to this. I don't know what I would do with it, though. Uh-oh. Wait. I bought a buggy. But what if I like the convertible or the Cadillac or something more? It's orange. No. Oh, this would be the perfect car for doing that little beach circuit. Driving on the beach. Doors don't work. No free garage slot. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what I would enjoy driving, is like a little rally car to spin around that beach circuit. I have fun doing that. I mean, the dune buggy's hardly going to be bad at that job. Like, I know you sitting there at home, like, didn't you buy something even better for that? Like, but the convertible is aesthetic going around the beach. Oh, and they're selling a second one of them, too. What if the other dune buggy's even better? Here it is. Well, I liked the green more than I like this gray. I'm not really sure what else there is to look at here. I think the engine's here in the back. Nobody even wants this thing. Like, that's a shame. Whoever spent like probably 15K building this kit buggy, and like they're trying to get their money back out of it. Is that a fan spinning? It is. You're never gonna get your money back out of a project car. It backfired on me. Alright, here come that sleeper. Now, what kind of sleeper is this truck? Because that could mean one or two very different things. Blue. I don't be knowing about no blue. Get that blue in the red seats. Oh, get that thing out of here. That thing's horrible. Disgusting. Wait, it's got green in the right lighting though. Is this a pearlescent paint job? Bidding starting at $130,000. I thought the auction's supposed to be where you get things cheaper. I don't know about that. That thing ugly. I do appreciate that you can see inside here and it looks green and intimidating and all that, but this thing's extra with all these little lights on it. Like, what are you trying to do with this? Dressed to depress. Feeling real blue over here. I want to know what the burnout rig is. That sounds interesting. So we only get to look at one auction too because I bought something. How lame. What are you doing? Put that thing in forward and get out of here. You gonna crash into the other truck. And that thing looks more intimidating than you, so you might want to get out of the way. Or not. Burnout truck. It's got teeth and everything. The bidding started. Oh, no, there's some bids. I was like, and no one was interested. What is... Oh. That button do. That's cool. Stop looking up. Whoa. That cab's got a lean to it. Yeah, I know. That's how those open. That's not weird. And it's sold already. I didn't even get a chance to look inside. This thing probably has a ridiculous engine on it, too. Oh, he fixed the cab before he drove up. Well, I don't know why these trucks forget what way forward is, but... the AI does get there eventually, apparently. Who's next? Oh, another blue car with a red interior. Is that what vintage means? Maybe. Oh, that's purple. That's less offensive. Oh, it's got that like red and black sporty thing that all the cars are doing these days. I don't know about that. You know, wood steering wheel. I don't call that wood trim. That's just a little bit of wood. What do you got under the hood? You know, you don't got the wood trim. You better have some neat trim under the hood. Yeah, just more red accents, huh? Looks like a real 6-cylinder. Looks like a modern 6-cylinder. Is this a resto mod? I mean, it is nice proportionally. Like the body style of this thing is shaped well. I don't know. Would this be the kind of cruiser car I would drive? Not particularly. It's just your standard vintage sports car. Not an American one, but Japanese vintage sports car. Alright, our music has reached its conclusion. You can put the Beam stuff back on now. Bring out the Cadillac. Red again. The music fits this car. Is the price right? I could see myself buying something like this and giving it a little restyling. Big old boat cruiser car. How the back seat room? Yeah, I need to get rich enough that I can be driven around. And then when I'm car shopping, I can just get in the back seat. Tell the salesman, no, you test drive it. I'll be here. That's how you know you got it made. Or you could be the guy who shows up to the car dealer with their chauffeur. Be like, yeah, I'm paying my dude for a day's work of test driving cars with me in the back. I don't think anyone does chauffeur stuff anymore, do they? Nice rev. I caught that. You know what? Could a truck become a cruiser? Because it's got the wood trim, it's got the leather, it's like, you know. That might be the vibe. Put on some lowering package. It basically turned it into like an El Camino type thing, yeah. It's like, my truck's for cruising. You don't do delivery work in this one. Or alternatively, you could enjoy a little bit of light off-roading with it. Like a beach truck. It's got the right color for it. That's a vibe. I don't think I've ever paid attention to the older D series before. I think mechanically it's the same, but we got another beach colored car. Got the Widgeon Sprint. I mean, you can make a rally car out of that too. It's small. Got the leather seats though. Could fling this around the beach. How much do we want a cruiser and how much do we want something to fling around the beach? That seems to be the two things that I'm gravitating toward. A small little low speed race course. Like, I don't like high speed and high stakes and adrenaline, but that doesn't mean I necessarily need to be going slow either. Oh, our base frame rate's only 20. The frame gen doing a good job hiding that. Damn. Why is this auction house so demanding? Yeah. I mean, the graphics are hardly even GTA 5 level in here, but... Oh man, I can turn around and sell this thing for almost 40,000. Would you hate me if I just immediately sold it? Yeah, no, we need to drive it. We need to look at it, customize it. You can't just scrap some without even looking at it. Like, I'd be terrible at flipping products in real life because I'd have to poke at them and look at them. value reduce them. Oh. Nah, not really. I'm just not much of a salesman or anything. Is there a dune buggy somewhere in this garage? I see something this way. Hello? I think we found it. Yeah, we found it. Let's get the lights on. Why the steering wheel on this side? That niche imported dune buggy. Alright, so we can drive it manually. I think. It's drive, sport, and manual. The frame rate seems to have given up. And there's a ton of honking going on. I don't know what that's about. We're not going to get anywhere with this frame rate. I think we're going to have to reload the career, and then we'll drive over to the beach. It'd be a nice spot to end this episode. You just got to make sure we don't total both of our vehicles. That'll make it a little more expensive to get home. The frame rate looked like it wanted to recover there. And then it decided against it. Yeah, beach at night's going to be sketch. What are you going to do? This is a long episode. What do I even title this one? I mean, there's definitely a lot of jokes I could make about my psych stuff. Jump scaring myself, that's pretty funny. But I don't think it's relevant enough to the game. Time is it actually? I've been recording this long. 4 in the morning. Damn, man, I gotta be eating my dinner before it rots. I'm not sure the game's even working right now, to be honest with you. Might be time to call it. I mean, I covered everything I want to cover. I didn't complete both of the challenges, but I never intended to. Just gonna do one. Yeah, the game's given up. You want to see why? Let's try to figure out why. What went wrong, Beam? You even want to give me the debug menu? How broke are you? I sure hope it's not the dune buggy that's breaking everything. That would be unfortunate. I don't know that I'm ready to be done with Beam. I'm going to relaunch the game. I don't care. We can go a little longer. Assuming the game remembers how to stop. Can't restart it if Steam thinks it's stuck stopping. It's got to be breaking things in niche ways over here. There we go. I opened the task manager and it decided to play nice before I started thrashing it around. Maybe we should do some reference to repressed anger in the title. Yeah, you want to be with me while I'm brainstorming my cringe titles? We can work on that together. Okay. Yes. Usually I sit for a couple minutes just like, I'm not very creative or good at naming things. I'm not going to ever be able to name this episode. This might finally be the time I cheat and use AI. And then I'll just suddenly think of something and be like, oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's like we got to get the pessimism out so the creativity can flow. Maybe that's the deal. Okay, how do we do that? My finger hurts. It's swollen knuckle. I know. I think the pessimism has to be relevant. There's an ugly blue car again. It's not relevant enough either. Yeah, we could do some reference to being slow or driving slow vehicles, like chains, mud, like weight. Like, see, like ball and chain is a good starting point, but ball isn't relevant. So what would we change that to? We can't do mall and chain. That would be an excellent pun title, but there was no mall in the episode. Could do wall and chain, but I didn't crash enough for that. The old bail and chain, but I didn't really bail out of the car or anything either. You see, you following me now. You see how my brain trying to come up with these titles. Doll and chain. There's nothing about dolls. It's nothing tall. Sometimes I really have to rewatch the episode, like by that I mean just bouncing around randomly in order to come up with titles. You know, remind myself what happened. The game's doing it's not responding thing, so I think we're about to load. There we go. Thank you. Is the frame rate gonna work this time? The lighting seems different. I don't know what's up with that. I think it's feeling better. No, I don't know though. We're gonna have to see together. You're already down to 30. Nothing's even going on. Not in love with that. Oh, come on, get that stuff off the corner of the screen so I can see. I think it's 40 something. It's usually 40 something. And now it's 10. What? There's no way this dune buggy should. Damn, that's bad. A full reload of the game? Really? And we're still. Oh, hey, my truck is in the way over there. That's what the problem is. Let's get away from that. See if it gets any. Ooh, whoa. Frame gen not happy with the 10 FPS. Everything is syrup. Syrup. That's something that's slow and bogs you down. I think just being next to my crashed truck was like most of the problem. The frame rate's better. How can we be inspired by syrup? Syrup psychology would be a fun title. I mean, it's not really rhyming or anything. Ooh. The frame rate's definitely sketchy, and that is affecting my driving a lot. It's recovering, and then it's dropping back down again. Like, oh, I dropped down so I can come up again. Like, look at that. What the. Like, the frame rate drops, I start drifting, the screen starts blurring. Like, if I floor it, sometimes it drops the frame rate. I don't know. That's over 50. It's like, what the hell? That's why I don't usually play Beam at night. It makes the game more demanding. And we are already really pushing the limits of my GPU, so. But I think we're far enough away from the traffic down here. It's so sketchy. You know the frame rate's just going to drop at the worst time, and then we're going to total the buggy, get all the pessimism out. What can we do with syrup that's funny? We're also moving a lot of gravel. Gravel, gavel. The lag is back. Come on, I can't do this at 15 FPS. Back up to 40 at least. Come on. Chop chop game. The hell's with you today? Say, I don't want to call it now. Say, I don't want to leave you on that level of anticipation of a cool title and a cool race. We're going to take this course a little slow to start with. See what the game tolerates and how well we can take it at night. Oh, so that's the best way to optimize the payouts, is to not give it your all the first lap. Yeah, this thing definitely drifts. It's rear engine, rear wheel drive. Yeah, be mindful of that. That's not really something I want in a cruiser either. It's like, I don't want to be drifting on the beach. I want more precision or grace. Off-road skill. I'm forgetting which way the course goes. I knew it better on the first lap than I do on the following lap. How does that make sense? Don't. So we got syrup, we got chain. I got gravel. What else did we haul? Some soil. I'm not really thinking of any way to combine these topics. Make anything funny. Yeah, I mean, we finding names for these episodes not always fast. As I have to come back to it. This thing wanting to go in those bushes real bad. So the frame rate's good and it still feels like crap, so I don't know what's going on today. Something's being tricky. I might just be distracting myself trying to be creative or trying to race at the same time. Let's try a third person lap. And we could do something on the rocks, except for the rocks were on the truck. So it doesn't really work. Syrup on the rocks. No, that's not a very fun title. It's just strong-arming words into it. I accidentally shifted. No, I accidentally didn't shift. How do I do both of those mistakes that close together? Oh, well. I don't know if this thing's steering right or if it's just squirrely. We might not have the right tires for doing this, actually. It was hard to see what was on this thing. But it might be tuned for on-roading or something stupid. On-road buggy, oh no. Yeah, it's not happy. It's got no grip out here. Yeah. How about chained tires, strained transmission? No. Oh. I chained my ankle. No. Cringe syrup. Get reasonable money for this drive. Do like one more lap. We might finish one more lap. Yeah. And then we'll drive it back to the house. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't ready to call the episode, but I'm trying to think of the title. It's like I've already finished the episode in my mind now that I'm doing that. It's a really weird sensation to still be playing the game and thinking of the title. Like, I must still have some type of temporal logic in my head. If you're really... Oh, no. Alright, we done. Oh, we don't even have lights anymore. Oh, no. Time to use a free tow. I can't see it. What? Where'd my free tow go? Oh, no. We bought this at the auction. It's not insured. Oh, no. Can we get this off the screen, please? I know how to solve this problem. I'm going to cheat again. I can see from the taillights. I could just reverse my home in the dark. No. 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 Is there a way to just, like, change the time with the phone? Let's look for some less drastic cheating before I go right to the fun cheating. Which isn't really all that fun, actually. But... Oh, we can change the stuff on the phone and all that. I guess we could do that and get rid of this damn blue. Blue, stupid, horrible color. We can get the DHL phone. Like, what we're going on about now? Like, what the hell is he even going on about? Like, oh, that's a lot of yellow. Oh, yeah. We still don't have video title. I don't have the right button. The stick drift is getting worse. So what fun we have today. Here's our big broken buddy. This truck is insured. I would like a tow home, please. Thank you. Hey, the truck's not broken anymore. And they put some gas in it for me. What? How did I weasel my way into a free repair on the truck? I don't know. You're like double cheated over here or something. Like, huh. I feel like there's still something wrong with it though, because the current value isn't full. So I mean, I'm gonna do one of these nearly free repairs just because I'm suspicious. No, it's fine if you're in there for 10 minutes. I don't care. And let's hope we didn't do too much damage to our uninsured dune buggy. School bus. How bad is it? It's bad. It's always bad. That's a low value. 2 minutes. I mean, it's worth a lot if it was not damaged, so... we're gonna flip it and make money at some point, you know, and I can't complain. I don't like how the value sometimes is ridiculously low. Don't do $8. Let's just throw it on that policy. It's fine. Only $8. That $8 could have saved us a lot of money. I don't know. Maybe we just start next episode with hopefully a better frame rate and the car customizing whatever. Like, I'll think of a title. I can't think of it while I'm actively like recording. This sabotages me for some reason. The nighttime might have been the whole frame rate problem, by the way. Still feels a little odd, but I don't know. Now I'm all acclimated to the weird frame rate. Let's give ourselves like 38 seconds to think of a title for the episode, huh? Sippin' Slizzerp. Yeah. That's right in front of the bus. No. Ow. I felt that in my frame rate. What? That's a crazy jump. Maybe I'm the basketball player. Kevin Durant. Kevin does like to rant. Kevin Durant. There's our title. I knew we'd get there. We won. Yeah, you can't get fixated on certain words when they're not going anywhere funny. So forget the chains, forget the syrup. Let's see what tires are on this. Like, then we'll call it. I swear we'll call it. I want to know why it was so bad on the beach, and if there's anything we can do about it. It had rally wheels. Yeah, it has rally tires. Well, it might be oh, we could have put Samp tires on it. Maybe that's the answer. But that's a next time question. I mean, when they say rally, do they really mean off-road or do they mean road rally? Who knows? If those tires were rotated, I might be able to see what it says on there. I think there's a hint as to what the purpose of the tires is. So I sure hope we remember to put gas in the truck next time, or we're going to have something embarrassing be happening. Forest race? The forest track. I disagree. Anyway. Kevin do like to rant. That's why this is such a long episode. So until next time, this has been Kevin Rantemi signing off.